Here is your podcast.
You know, I've been doing this show 9 years. In the beginning, it was great. I got to show up and just talk and leave. That was fantastic. But now Mex sends me this theme song, tells me to put my own voice in it. Lily shows up. She doesn't produce a goddamn thing. All she does is laugh, turn around, and go home. The only thing I don't wind up doing for this show is listen to it. That's your fucking job. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. Starting this show under duress, I will not lie. I've got the steely stare of one Lily von Stupp, producer extraordinaire, getting out the whip and saying, dude, you better start talking to people. You better go ahead and grab that microphone and make yourself known to the United States of America and all other points beyond. That's right, all other points beyond. This voice goes out everywhere. Right now in Iceland, there's somebody who just went, oh, I got to chill. And probably not because of the ice in that land. Probably because of my sharp baritone voice. Is it a baritone? Am I more of a tenor or a baritone? What am I? No, I'm not a basso profundo. I certainly wish I was. Actually, I enjoy a good basso profundo with chicken parm. Oh, my God. Put a nice chicken parm on a pile of basso profundo. Oh, my God, I'll shovel that into my maw and my paw. I go ahead, dig him up and shove some food into his skull. He's all drunk. What if I dug my dad up and he was totally loaded? Oh, my God, how weird would that be? You know what? It would serve me right, though. Fuck me. What am I digging up my dad for? I dig him up thinking it's going to be different. He's going to love me more. No, I dig him up and he's totally drunk. There's a bottle of Early Times. What if we buried him with booze? Holy fuck. You know what? Do me a favor, somebody. If you got the shakes, if you totally want to taste right now, go dig up my dad, but there's booze in the box.
Drunk zombies is like the greatest thing I could imagine.
Well, they're all drunk. Look at them walking around. I mean, they all look like they're already loaded. But yeah, drunk zombies, dude. What if they woke up? Look here. All right, this changes Walking Dead and all your zombie mythology forever. What if like alcoholic zombies wanted booze? They don't want brains. They want booze. Booze. See? That's even scarier because then they sound like ghosts. They're totally like ghosts who drink all of your fucking gin. I don't want a good gin drinking ghost. Oh, man. Actually, bullshit. I'd love to meet a gin drinking ghost. That means it's like some Louis the Lilac motherfucker, some like old school St. Valentine's Day Massacre guy. That's a Batman villain played by Milton Berle who might have been a mobster at some point. I don't know why that name popped into my head, but it did. That was who I went with mobster, Louis the Lilac. I went Milton Berle, fake pink suit, lavender suit wearing villain on the old Batman show, which is on Me TV. I'm an old person because I look, this is totally true. I've got like 85 Mannixes on my DVR now. They just keep piling up. And I know you're like, are you going to watch those Mannixes? I don't know. I can't figure out if I'm going to or not. I just like knowing that at some point I have Mannix on tap. I think that's fantastic. That's how old I am. That's how 50-year-old I am. I know for a fact I have Mannix on tap. If I ever want to just lose myself in the moment, you know, I can't do the whole song. Why not? Well, that's what Eminem's song is about. It's about a guy losing a rap battle and going home and watching Mannix for 3 weeks. So that's the deal, folks. I've been told to talk. I was sitting here staring at our friend Lily von Stupp, who is a bit under the weather. There's a shiver in her bones that she's just thinking about the weather. But she is ill, unfortunately. And here's, all right, let's go ahead and talk about this for just a second because it's in my mind. It's playing round and around in the hamster wheel that is my brain. And I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to throw this out to you, even though you're probably not going to answer as you got your iPod vaginas all filled up and you got your earbuds plugged in and everybody's out there listening to me thinking, what could he possibly be asking us? What more could he want from us other than listening? Now he wants answers. We don't want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Here's what I'm going to ask, folks. Am I terrible? That's when I throw that out to you now, and perhaps you guys can tell me, because I wonder if I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible person. I am. That's a song by Rooney. Not Mickey Rooney. That would be a terrible song by Mickey Rooney. He sang it as when he was dressed up like the Chinese guy in Breakfast at Tiffany's. I'm a terrible person. That was a bad Mickey Rooney, but not a bad imitation of a racist Mickey Rooney. I was close. I'm in the neighborhood. I can't do Mickey Rooney. I can do a racist Mickey Rooney.
Oh, the racist years of his career were the best.
Well, that's that movie. He's totally like fake Chinese, right? Doesn't he even wears like the weird hypno glasses with the slanty eyes? He's got the mo haircut and the whole fucking deal. He's just shoveling chop suey into his mouth in every fucking take. It's like they just went literally. They took every stereotype they could possibly imagine, threw it into a blender, and then added a dash of unicorn blood and came out with Mickey Rooney in a Chinese outfit. Because Mickey's magic. Let's not kid ourselves, folks. Mickey Rooney was like 5'1", and he fucked everything. I mean, that's the power of being like a movie star, and the power of a good haircut, and the power of being a guy with, I guess, some cash to spend. But literally, he mowed through everybody. He fucked like Ava Gardner. He fucked Judy Garland. He raped Lana Turner. I'm gonna cast aspersions on Mickey Rooney right now. As a matter of fact, if you go to his Wikipedia page right now and write that he raped Lana Turner.
No, don't.
No, you should. Because it's public domain. Yeah, that's what Wikipedia. Don't ever go to Wikipedia for facts. You're just going there for a hint or a nudge in the right direction. It's not Factopedia for a reason. It's Wikipedia. If it was Factopedia, you could believe what it said. Wikipedia, it's like you could just go ahead and, hey, yeah, Mickey Rooney banged Lana Turner with a candlestick. There you go. That happened. And it was filmed. Bob Crane had the film on him. That's why he was murdered. Bob Crane had a film of Mickey Rooney banging Lana Turner, violating her with a candlestick, and then Mickey Rooney sent his unicorn army to fucking kill Bob Crane and steal his camera equipment.
He now has a unicorn army.
He does. Well, I said he had to put unicorn blood in the drink to get a fucking Mickey Rooney, because again, he was magical. He was a magical cat. And that's all the unicorn is a magical cat with a horn in its fucking forehead. Unicorns are just cats. You know, they're probably furry, and they got, dude, have you ever been licked by a unicorn? It's got that weird, it's also got like that reverse sandpaper tongue. Ooh, unicorns aren't real. All right, so, by the way, Mickey Rooney also not real. I don't know if you're aware of that. Mickey Rooney, you know what? And I'll tell you this, if Mickey Rooney's such a unicorn, why is he raping Lana Turner with a candlestick? Why are you not getting out a unicorn horn and blasting her with that? Because then maybe that even works. You know what? I'll bet a unicorn horn is just pliable like a dildo. I'll bet it's just like totally soft and friendly. Because again, unicorns are all fuzzy and soft and they want to be hugged by little girls. So I'm sure that horn is not like oppressive and sharp.
That's so wrong.
What? What are you trying to say? I don't understand. You're the one who told me to talk, by the way. It's your fault. I said to you, I don't have much to talk about today. You're like, just go ahead and talk. So you know what you get? You get Mickey Rooney banging Lana Turner with a unicorn horn. That's what fucking happens. A soft, pliable unicorn horn. You ever see dude, there's got to be a unicorn horn dildo out there, right? Doesn't there have to be? Because that's like a whole genre too. Now it's like there's there's horsecock dildos. And I'm not talking like big human cocks, but like as large as a horse. I'm talking there are dildos shaped like horsecocks that you can get.
How do you know this?
Listen, I have the internet.
I don't even know this. How do you know this?
I have the internet. There's these.
You're misusing it.
No, I think I'm using it absolutely correctly. Because the thing is, you want to know about those things because then later, if they come up in conversation, you don't want to go, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Although I guess if you're not want to have any idea of what somebody's talking about, it would be the horsecock dildo. That's the moment when you have to go, I have no idea what you're talking about, and excuse yourself out of that conversation. And then you go repair yourself to another conversation where they're talking about Mickey Rooney violating various starlets with some sort of household equipment or unicorn horns. But there has to be, if there's not a unicorn horn dildo, we've got to invent it. We should do that. That'd be a marketing opportunity for everybody.
Oh, that sounds like the business I want to be in, unicorn horns.
Unicorn horn dildos. Don't get it twisted. I mean, you can sell unicorn horns all you want, and then people put it on the wall and they hang their coat on it. But we got to make it soft and pliable. We got to make it work in a dildo sense. We got to give it an outside skin so it feels pleasurable within a lady's womb. That sounds disgusting. Oh yeah, ladies, you want to jam this unicorn horn dildo into your womb? Oh, dude, that sounds awful.
And they're available on Amazon.
Unicorn horn dildos? See, you know what? Fuck this. I had an idea, now it's been pinched.
But that doesn't even look like a unicorn horn.
Agreed.
You know what that looks like to me? One of those twisty lollipops.
Yeah, it looks like a bomb pop. Hey, that looks like my kid. Dude, no one likes that. Don't fucking...
the fact that it's $120.
Well, of course it is. Dude, have you priced dildos? I mean, they're crazy. I don't even know what the horsecock dildos are priced, but I just... So anyway, the horsecock dildos, they have dildos now that are like... There's a thing called a dragon dildo. Have you seen that?
No.
This is the thing. At least that unicorn dildo looks like something you would put inside yourself. The dragon dildo, it looks like something you would catch on your Pikachu walks. That's what it looks like. It totally looks like you would try to bonk it on the head and then it would climb into your vagina. I mean, it's like one of those, it's scary as fuck. But there's all these videos and then there's expansion videos. Look, there's all sorts of bad things going on out there and I shouldn't talk about them, but I'm a lonely person and that's what happens when you're lonely. You stare at this shit on the internet. And it just comes up on accident. Because look, I go to Google and I type in healthy porn. That's what I put in there. Healthy porn. I want healthy porn. And the next thing you know, oh my Christ, look what happened here. I'm looking at fucking Leo Gorcey and the Bowery Boys and they're tag teaming some chick with Mickey Rooney. That's terrible.
What is healthy porn? Is that like the Sprouts delivery grocery Uber driver shows up instead of a pizza driver?
I'm hoping Google will tell me what healthy porn is. That's the whole point. I put it in there. I go, find me healthy porn. And then it comes up. And then the next thing you know, all of a sudden I got dragon dildos lurking.
Siri, find me healthy healthy porn?
She doesn't look for porn.
I don't know how to respond to that.
See?
Okay.
You got to go straight to Google. Google does. Google says fuck Siri. Google, you know what? You want to see something? Google will jam a fucking candlestick into Siri. I'll tell you what, that's some healthy computer porn for you. Computer blue. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so that popped into my head. All right, so there's, I don't even know how we got into this point. How did we wind up with Mickey Rooney raping people?
Talk.
You did, and again, so this is on you. This is your mistake.
Yes, me telling you to do your job is on me.
Well, I wasn't ready to talk. What am I going to talk about? A whole lot of nothing? That's a lie.
Apparently, unicorn porn and Mickey Rooney.
Well, that's important. That's some stuff that needs to get out there. I need to go ahead and run that. We didn't answer the question at hand.
What was the question?
Back to the question at hand. Perfection is perfection, so I think you'll understand. From a young G's perspective, all right, and before me dig out a bitch, me have to knock a contraceptive. You never know, she could be earning her man and learning her man, and at the same time burning her man. But you know I ain't with that shit, Lieutenant. Ain't no pussy good enough to get burned while I'm up in it. And that's realer than real deal Holyfield. And all you hookers and hoes know how I feel. All right, I gotta stop.
Yes, you do.
I could just do that. What if I just did that whole album? See, that would serve you right. You're like, talk. I'm like, all right, I'll just do the fucking Chronic album. Hey, hi. And yeah, I probably get some of those lyrics wrong, but I'm spitting them. I'm spitting with fire off the top of my head, man. Don't hold me to it. I don't have fucking Google Play lyrics open in front of me, you dicks. Everybody's coming after me. Am I terrible? That's my question, folks. Am I a bad guy? Well, I mean, that's the theme of 9 years. We've always talked about it. Even in the theme song in the beginning, it was like, well, I'm not a terrible guy. Well, I'm done dumb stuff and all that bullshit and whatever. But here's my question as to why I'm terrible. Look, there's plenty of reasons why I think I might be terrible. And there's plenty of questions why I know I'm terrible. And there's plenty of reasons why I said reasons. I said questions and reasons together. Reasons. That sounds like a very knowledgeable cereal. Eat that for brain food, folks. A big bowl of craisins. So here's why. Because our friend Lily, like I said, she's under the weather today, and she's a little bit ill. And what's the time? It's time to get ill. So how appropriate for you to be as ill as you are. So I sent her. Well, I was supposed to be here today. First of all, I was supposed to be in the gym at 8:30 a.m. And that didn't happen today.
Why not?
Well, here's why. Because I'm lost. So I don't go to bed now until 5 or 6 in the morning, kind of all the time. So John was gone, man. My trainer, he was in Costa Rica, in the jungles of Costa Rica, for a week to 8 days. And as he was gone, I, of course, took great care of myself by not doing anything. And so then he came back to town. He's like, all right, man, we're going to hit it hard. And I'm like, absolutely. I'm ready. Let's dive in and fucking get this all taken care of. He said, fantastic. How about Tuesday at 8:30? And I've been looking for a reason to change my life. I've been looking for a reason to do things the right way. I've been looking for healthy porn. So I'm like, well, 8:30 would probably work for me. I could probably make that. And I said to him, I go, all right, well, I said, yeah, I prefer later, but if you can do, 8:30 is fine. And he's like, all right, look, and it's at the Super Slow gym, because I don't know if I told you guys, I work out 2 different gyms with John. There's the regular gym by my place, which is easy to get to. Super Slow, however, that's about a 15-minute ride in the car, which means I have to get up earlier, which kind of changes my whole attitude about going. I know it seems weird, but it's the way it works. Because the other one, I can walk to the gym by my house. It's not even a quarter mile away. Do I walk there? No, I drive. But still, I could walk there if I wanted to. But this is why I'm telling you, I'm in an unhealthy rut. I have for 3 months, I haven't driven in 3 months. And that's not even an exaggeration. I have not Uber driven or Lyft driven in 3 months. I'm trapped. Yeah, I'm trapped. Yeah, that's a Bruce Springsteen song. Machines and I, you'll trap again. All right. That's not Bruce. That didn't sound like Bruce at all. It's a terrible Bruce. It seems like all right. So I haven't left my house. I don't leave my apartment very often. I don't do that unless I come and do the show, or I go do stand-up comedy in places like the place I went last night, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, because that's the only event in my life that I can tell you about other than sitting in my house and staring at things. So I told John, I'm like, he's like, let's go to the Super Slow gym. So the Super Slow gym is like 15 minutes from my house. It's a drive. Look, you can laugh all you want. All right.
You drive for a living and you're bitching about 50.
First of all, I haven't driven for a living in 3 months.
Come on.
But
no, you don't get a pass on this. Yes, you're a terrible person.
To get to the gym at 8:30 though, in 15 minutes, I have to take the freeway. It's 15 minutes by freeway with no traffic. Now it's 8:30 in the fucking morning in Los Angeles that I have to be there.
I get it.
Right. So I got to leave my house at 7:30 to get to the
get
gym by
that
8:30.
too.
Right. So I got to be up by 7:15, throw some water in my face, put on my gym clothes, and then get in the car by 7:30. Well, if I'm going to bed at 5, that doesn't leave me a lot of fucking time to recover to get to the goddamn gym and do my super slow nonsense. Because that's the gym, that's the super slow gym, and it's God, it's so weird, dude. You're not banging out reps, bang, bang, bang. You'll do leg stuff, but you go real slow down and then real slow up, and it's called super slow. You fucking know what it is.
Painful.
Well, it's awesome. I loved it, man. You wind up all fucking sweaty when you leave, and it's genius. I mean, I love going to the gym and I love working out. It's just I should be doing whatever the fuck I should be doing. I should. And I don't know if you guys are sick of hearing me fucking go, I should. Because I figure 9 years later, because I'll tell you what, I talked to a listener to the show this weekend, whose name I will not divulge. And he was like, he goes, every week you're like, man, I don't even know if I should even talk about this. Or you're like, I don't know if anything. And he goes, no, that's why we listen, man. We want to hear whatever dumb shit you got to do or did. He goes, it doesn't matter. You'll be like, oh yeah, I don't have this to talk about, or I've gotten this. And he's like, no, we're invested. We've been listening for 9 years. And I'm like, yeah, but aren't you waiting for a payoff? This whole show is like a drunk fuck. You know what I mean? You're just like banging and banging and banging. And when's this guy going to come and let me sleep? Holy Jesus. Man, oh man.
Maybe it's good foreplay for 9 years.
Oh boy.
I'm not worried about the orgasm.
Yeah, well, guess what? Somebody's pussy is numb by this point. I mean, she's just like, hey, dude, you know what? This is great and it feels really great, but you better fucking close the deal here or I'm going to have to roll over eventually and go to sleep and then you'll be by yourself. I'll be doing the show by myself in my house. That's it. Literally, I'll have to finish by myself. God damn it. Shouldn't I get people off at some point? I mean, instead, I'm just like, and then this is funny. The guy I'm talking to, he's like, hey, you know what? He goes, I got to be honest with you, whatever. He's very nice. He had some complimentary things to say about me and the show and you and us. And then he said, he goes, to this day, he said, your show almost is the best episode of any podcast I've ever heard in my life. He goes, it is absolutely the best. And I said, that's great. Thank you. However, that also means I've now done 5 years of shows that mean nothing compared to that. And he started laughing. He's like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess you could look at it like that. I go, yeah, see, I peaked 5 fucking years ago.
You would look at it.
Well, of course I would. What the fuck else would I do? Why wouldn't I do that? That's why people tune in. They want to hear me talk about how I peaked 5 years ago so they can all go, why the fuck did we listen these last 5 years? Holy Jesus. 4 years, 3 years? I don't even know. There's a number. It's arbitrary. Huh?
What day is it?
That show was in fucking, I don't even know. Because
Which show?
The fucking, my butler quit show. When she bailed. And never mind.
Yeah, I don't think that was your best show.
Well, you're nice to say. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't want to turn this into, what was your best show, Mike? I don't want to do that. I'm just saying.
I'm not doing it that way. I mean, that was a very emotional.
Well,
raw
he was
show.
very nice, and that was his particular choice. And I was like, well, that's cool, dude. Thank you. And then I said, that also tells me that I peaked 4 years ago.
Well,
Come on, go ahead. Spit it out.
no.
You monster. No, say it.
No.
Say it. You suck. All right. You're the producer. You're supposed to do this.
I'll say it. Well, let's do the show about Jill.
All right. So
You
here's
wanna
my
have
question.
Another peak and payoff? Let's do that show.
Here's my question to you folks. Again, as I've mentioned, I was talking to this guy this week, and he's like, I like the show and whatever the fuck. And then I come here, and I'm like, I've got to talk. I've got to say things. And then Lily's like, you got to talk. Go ahead. Start talking. And then we talk about Mickey Rooney. So let's go back to Mickey Rooney. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about racist Mickey Rooney again.
Let's do that. Well, that's important. That's important to people.
So why do you think you're terrible, though?
I don't think. Oh, well, all right. We'll get to that.
The big question of are you
Well,
terrible?
it's not.
Are you?
Well, but I've asked that for years just to be silly. But I don't really think I'm terrible. But at the same time, you go, fuck.
But everybody's terrible at one point or another.
Yes, but but sometimes it's. All right. Here's why. And you factor into this. Fuck. You factor into this. Sit right there in that chair and factor.
trying.
You will be factoring in just a second.
Is that a multiplication?
You will be. See, and because we'll get to what the common denominator about my terribleness is too, as well. Look at us with math. No, it's just this is a silly thing. I'm just being silly. There's no import to this at all. I'm making it sound like it's a big deal, but it's not. All it is when I was coming here to do the show this morning because, again, I come to Lily's house because she has various ailments. Sometimes she's sick. Sometimes her eyes don't work. Sometimes her leg locks up. She's just basically a head in a jar at this point, and that's fine. But she texted me this morning, and I was supposed to go to the gym at 8:30, like I said, and then I did not, unfortunately, because I was up until 5. And then I texted John, and I'm like, look, dude, I'm trying to train myself. I said, if you give me a week, I can train myself to coming in at 8:30. So I will start, because I'm finding that, look, and it's no fucking new thing. Even when I was a kid, I loved it. Being up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning when nobody else is up, and to have the doors open and hear complete silence outside, and to know I'm the only person awake. It's that sneaky thing that I like. It's just, I got a little Richard Ramirez in me. That's fine. You guys are all lucky I'm not some kind of murderer, because I'm nocturnal, which is great. I just don't have the murderous instincts to act upon them. So that's good. I just like sitting up and knowing I'm sneaky. I'm a spy. I'm more of a spy than a murderer. I like knowing that I'm up and I can observe the world in silence, as opposed to sneaking into your house and then touching all your silverware and then killing you while you snore. Because I'm not that guy. I can't do that. I'm not a murderer. Because I don't even think I could murder in a fit of rage. And I have a lot of rage. Like, I'm that dude. But I always have those epiphanies and those little moments of, hey, fuck, dude, you better grab the reins right now or you're going to go over the fucking cliff. And it's hard to do that when somebody's sleeping. Like, I don't think I could have a fit of rage while they were asleep. You know what I mean? When people murder people in their sleep, I'm just like, man, that's... Because I get the thrill of sneaking around somebody's house. You know what I mean? I get the thrill of being, like, undetected. But then to come upon them and go, ha-ha, the ultimate power would be for me to snuff out their life and kill them while they slept. That would be perfect. I don't have that trigger in me. And I couldn't... And also, like I said, if I were to kill somebody, it would probably have to be in a weird fit of rage. But even then, I know I'm not capable of it, because I've had those fits of rage and I've stopped myself from going way off the fucking deep end. I've gone off the deep end. Don't kid yourself. But not in the context of I'm about to do something ruinous to me and all around me. I'm not that guy. So I really know I couldn't kill a sleeping person because they haven't made me mad at all. So I guess what I'm saying is sleep soundly to everybody. I mean, if I'm in your town or in your neighborhood, you think to yourself, well, when you go to bed, just as you drop off, just go, if Mike does break into my house, he's only going to walk around and look around and enjoy the fact that nobody notices him here, and then he's going to leave quietly. He may take a spoon, because then someday you'll just go, oh my God, I had 10 spoons. Now there are only 9. Where's my other spoon? And cut to me fondling it Blofeld style with a cat in my lap. Mr. Bond, I took your spoon. See, that's all I would do as a villain. I would steal your spoon. I'm a spoon stealer. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to steal anything valuable. I'm not going to take your money or your credit cards or your cash or anything like that. Nah, dude, I'm going to snag a spoon. I'm a spoon snagger. I'm a midnight spoon snagger. That's it. Fucking drop off and nap quietly and sleep soundly, knowing that only a midnight spoon snagger will come in and take one of your fucking cereal eating implements. That's all I got on my mind. All I want to do is come into your house and steal a spoon. I just want to walk around, be undetected. And look, I won't even violate you. I won't jerk off in your house. I won't do anything with that weird shit. Because then I got to live with me after that. That's another thing you got to understand. Taking a spoon is thrilling. Because then I'm home and I'm like, I got somebody else's spoon. Somebody else's unicorn spoon. I've got it right here in my house. But if I jerked off in your house, I'd hate myself forever. That would be terrible. Unless if I'm your house guest, maybe I'll jerk off in your house. Dave, I've never jerked off in your house. But the point is,
really?
I never have. Isn't that weird?
Is it because he has kids?
Yes, that's exactly why. I use the kids' tub. I use the same restroom as the same bathroom as the kids, and I sleep in a room that's when I'm there, it's my room, but when I'm not there, it's like a playroom, and the kids can be in it. So I would never. I don't. I'll tell you this. I don't even sleep nude at Dave's house. I sleep nude in my house. I slept nude at Jill's house. I sleep nude when I'm on the road. I sleep nude in the hotel. I just do. There you go. Take that image and run with it, everybody. I'm a nude sleeping fella. I'm a spoon stealing nude sleeper. How's that grab you?
Unless you're at a house with children.
Yes, then there's not because who the fuck knows? Some kid comes in and is like, Uncle Mike, we gotta play cars. Oh no, unfortunate. Do not dive on me. Nobody wants a nude diving child or a child diving on a nude Mike. Nobody wants any of that nonsense. I'll tell you what. One time a nude Mickey Rooney jumped on me and it horrified me because he's only 5'2". I'm like, that's like a kid diving on you. That's like a nude kid. So please know that. So never at Dave's house, never. I'm not once in any. I wouldn't even, like I said, I wouldn't even fucking sleep nude at his house.
Do you borrow a car and go for a ride?
One time.
I bet you
This is funny that you would mention this story. Wow, this is fucking true. Uh,
I wish people could see the look on your face right now.
well, I don't know if I've ever told this story or not. If I have, stop me. Who the fuck cares? So one time I get in the car. Mickey Rooney's in the car, right? And when I was married, we would stay at Dave's house occasionally, but then Karen would go stay at her parents' house. And I was not going to stay there. And look, they're dead now, and that's fine. Her dad was like a really nice man and was really lovely and a nice person to me. And her mom was a fucking, just a thumb. I mean, just misery incarnate. And she was rude to me and rude to Karen. And I would swallow it to go over there because, you had to fucking, occasionally on Easter, you had to have some coleslaw with the devil. It had to fucking happen. So I'd go over there and eat a big mouthful of cabbage, and I'd be nice to her sisters, who were always very pleasant to me. Again, her family was very pleasant to me. They were very accepting to me, and they were very nice to me, except for the time when we broke up, and then somebody keyed her car. Did I ever tell that story on here? Fuck. Her fucking brother, one day, I was at the pizza joint, and Karen and I had broken up, and I had moved. Had I moved out of the apartment?
Before you were married? Or?
Yeah, because we lived together first. And then, shockingly, I had broken up with her. I don't ever do that with women, but somehow it had happened, and I had run away and gone my own separate way for some reason. And she still had the apartment on Benedetti, and I forget where I might have been staying at my brother's joint. I don't fucking know. And I just gave my old address. That's weird. I was staying. Well, it doesn't matter now. Go there. Go visit it. Go look at this museum of Schmidt lore. Go look at the place where Mike filmed his sex tape and then tried to throw it away into the dumpster. Right there on Benedetti. Go look at where Mike was. That was our first apartment. That was when Karen held me by the hand and took me in and whatever. So, it's funny that we're mentioning her because she's shown up recently. All right, so.
Yeah, I know.
I'm fucking whatever. So, we wound up having a thing. I don't know what the fuck happened. I zigged when I should have zagged, and then I ran away, I'm sure, and we broke up. I don't even remember exactly why I wasn't staying with her, but we had some nonsense happen, and I wound up splitting, and I think I wound up staying with my brothers. And I went to work at the pizza joint one day, and I got a phone call. My friend's like, hey, you got to call Don, the manager. So I go in the back and I take the call. I'm like, hey, and Mike, yeah, this is Mike. Stay away from my fucking sister. Yeah, Mike, I moved out. I mean, I'm staying away from your fucking sister. Well, I know you fucking keyed her car, man. If you fucking do it again, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you, man. Mike, man, you need to calm down. I didn't key anybody's car. I haven't been over there since I left. Fuck you, man. You fucking stay away from my sister. I'm going to fuck you up. And I got friends who'll fuck you up. We know where you work. We know where you live. And I go, dude, I got news for you. Your sister's not worth it. I wouldn't go over there and fucking key her car because I got no interest in seeing her ever again. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I left because I left. And fuck you. You know where I work, so come here if you want to show up. And I hung up on him. And that was rude to say. I mean, Karen still meant something to me, but in the midst of being bullied and told what a fuckwad I was.
When you break up with someone, that is a positive attitude to have.
Well, in real life, certainly you should go, hey, you know what? That person.
Your life is your life now. We're done.
Yeah, you literally put down the cards, you clap, and you back away from the blackjack table, and you let somebody else deal with their shuffling and nonsense.
Yes.
All right. Somebody else can shuffle up their lives. I'm done shuffling up your life. There you go. There's me. I'm going on break. Here, tag in this new partner to shuffle up your fucking life. But here's the thing, because you know me, people out there, you've been listening for a while. You know me sitting across from me in your office chair. I don't do accusations like that very well. And I'm puzzled. I have to constantly figure out the puzzle of why I should just walk away. I should just go, you know what? Fuck this and fuck that and fuck them and who cares? But I have to figure out the puzzle. I have to go.
How long did it take for you to find out who keyed Karen's car?
Well, I honestly, I didn't care so much about that. It was what I cared about and because this will speak to who I am, and I think you know this about me, and I know you know this about me for sure, Lily. I was less concerned with the fact that they were going to beat the shit out of me and somebody had keyed Karen's car, with the fact that they thought I would ever be capable of keying Karen's car.
Yeah.
Like I was that pathetic and small that I would go to our former apartment and I would find her black 240SX and I would take my key and fuck it up. I mean, like, I've never in my life thought, I've done wanton destruction. We've done that kind of shit all the time. I put my head through a fucking...
Out of revenge.
No, it was out of hijinks. Literally, I put my head through a painting at a party. We all fucking know that. I've punched my hand through doors and walls. I've done all sorts of dumb shit. I fucked up a comedy club wall. I've done all sorts of ridiculousness, but never out of malice. I mean, it was just, unfortunately, it was those fits of rage I've talked about, which is, again, sleep soundly. Because you will not be awake to make me angry enough to do something stupid in your house while you're sleeping and I'm sneaking through it. So fine, grab your nap. Don't worry about me doing anything dumb. I'm fine. I just want a spoon. But I was more concerned with the fact that they thought I was, because you know what, because here's, and this will sound arrogant maybe, because I thought, if you have the mindset to think that the ex-boyfriend was the one who keyed the car, that's something you would fucking do. That's because in your mind, as an ex-boyfriend, you would have keyed the fucking car. And also, either that, or it showed me that they thought so little of me that they would think that I would do something. I mean, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't even, again, back then I was 28. And I'm just like, dude, even when I was 15, I wouldn't do dumb shit like that. What am I'm going to fucking key a car? It's just, it wouldn't be worth the effort of me to drive over there, hope I wasn't seen.
You won't get up and go to the gym.
No fucking kidding. I drive a quarter mile to the fucking gym. You think I'm going to walk over to my old apartment and key my fucking ex-wife's car? Or ex-girlfriend or whatever the fuck she was at the time? And also, I would never do it. But also, I'm sure there was that thing inside me that's kind of like, well, we're not officially done here. I've walked away and we had a fight and I've moved out, certainly, but maybe something in the future would flip that script and then I would wind up back there. And if I went back there, do I really want to drive a keyed car? Fuck no. What am I? I'm not a monster. I got to have her flashy 240SX to draw all the other babes in town as I'm driving around. The fuck out of here. So yeah. So I waited. I literally that day, I will tell you this. I worked that day till 6. I stayed there till 9 waiting for them to show up to fight me. Like They were
at your house wondering why you didn't come home.
See, this is the thing. I missed a beating in the night. Like a couple of 2 fighting ships passing in the night. A couple of two brawling tugboats that sailed by in the dark. I missed the chance to rumble with these motherfuckers. Because that was the thing is like Karen, her family was like straight up white trash Alabama. You know what I mean? They were, because that was their roots. That's where they're from. The dad was from Alabama. And so then she had cousins named Peanut. You know what I mean? Like all that fucking bullshit that I had to deal with. I talked about Peanut on here. Look at you forgetting this whole show.
No, it's not that I'm forgetting the show. It's that it was so long ago that you just kind of go, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, back when I peaked.
No.
That was the other segment. That was the other show the guy said. He goes, that time you talked about Cousin Peanut. Oh my God, that was your second best show. So I don't even know why we fucking spun into that.
You started telling me about her family because you were in a car by yourself.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Tales of debauchery.
Well, I don't know about debauchery. I
don't know about debauchery.
Well, I like debauchery. I'm a fan. Look, we can't argue with the fact that I'm a fan of debauchery. I like when it arrives. So I was staying at Mex's house, and again, Karen and I would stay there at Dave's house, and there was never any tomfoolery, never any nonsense, because again, the kids are 2 doors away. We're on the same pull-out bed that I'm sure some family member has been on before, and I don't want to fuck where Dave's aunt sleeps. I mean, I'm not that guy. And also in the guest room, which is my room when I'm there. But when I'm not there, there's a bed, and who knows who's slept in it before and whatever they do. I don't. Again, I'm sure a grandfather has slumbered in there, and I can't, in good conscience, fucking run one off thinking about the fact that his fucking grandpa was in there. I can't be that guy. And just the kids are there. It's just not my house. It's not my domain. Hotel, forget about it. Holy shit. In hotels, I'll just jerk off and shoot for distance and see what I can hit. I mean, I'm fine with that.
Grandpa that that slept in there.
Who gives a
You just
fuck?
don't know it.
Yeah, don't care. Not interested.
Okay.
And also, it's out of respect for Dave. Dave's putting me up. It's, he's got his lovely wife is 2 doors away. His children are a door away. And I'm going to fucking do something nasty like that? That's horrible. But in a hotel, no, in a hotel, forget about it.
Masturbation is not nasty.
It is in somebody else's house. But in a hotel, it's expected. Are you fucking kidding me?
Never using your bathroom again then.
Do I jerk off in the bathroom? Occasionally.
No,
I have.
I mean me. Never using your bathroom.
To jerk off? Oh, all right. Well, good. That's fine. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. Although I can't imagine you rubbing one out in my apartment. That doesn't make any sense at all. Because, I mean, we've done the show. I mean, you've only been over to do the show. And then you're like, I'm going to use the, I mean, what is the show making you that excited? You're like, oh, my God. I got to go bean flip to this fucking thing. This fucking show is awesome. Holy God. I got to go drown the man in the boat right now because this show is so hot. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to start using bean flip.
Are you?
Like that.
I better go play a real session of Soggy Got Your Nose. That's what I got to go do.
Oh,
That's not bad. I just made that up.
disgusting.
That's a term for ladies masturbating. Soggy Got Your Nose. That's what it is. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's go play. Billy, let's go play on-off light switch with your sister. All right. Let's go play up the down banister. All right, so let's go play horsey ride. Hey, who wants to sit on my knee? All right, so.
Oh, God, that just was pervy.
Oh, that's awful, right? But not if you say it like the grown-up ladies. Oh, that's still even bad.
I can just, you're at the bar, you got a beer in your hand. Hey, who wants to play Let's Sit on My Knee?
Hey, who wants to play Let's Sit on My Knee? No? How about Soggy Got Your Nose? All right. Or Got Your Soggy Nose, which is better.
I don't need
Soggy Got Your Nose.
either.
You know, that sounds like a country song. Oh, Soggy got your nose and he coming down, heading on down the banner. But Got Your Soggy Nose, that makes more sense literally.
It's all wrong. It's wrong.
Soggy got your nose. All right, so but a hotel again, forget it. I'm trying to hit the TV from the bed. I mean, I don't fuck around. You're like lining shit up and moving this and blasting the headboard and whoever gets in the way, and I mean that's fun.
Okay. But you're in a car at Dave's.
Well, I'm at Dave's, but I'm not in the car yet. But my wife, sometimes, like I said, my wife, she would stay with me, but sometimes she'd go stay at her parents' house, and that's not for me. I don't want to go over there for Jesus and ham. I'm not interested, thank you. One of those I care for even less than the other, quite frankly. Although I will be honest, I do like a honey baked Jesus. So, a nice spiral cut Jesus. Oh, it's delicious. God damn it! Just the Jesus with pineapple rings studded with cloves. Oh boy, that's tasty. So
Pineapple and cloves?
that's what people do with ham, right? That's one of the reasons I hated ham is because you put cloves. Yeah, fuck yes. People put cloves in the ham. That's the whole deal. Maybe that's a Midwest joint.
Awful.
Yes, they are. So's ham.
Gross. No,
Yes,
ham is delicious.
hot ham is awful. No, I am. You know this.
Go back to the car.
I don't like a
wanna
freestanding
get into
cheese.
a ham argument.
I don't like a hot ham. I'll have a cold ham sandwich on occasion, very rarely. But you know, you got to have a sharp cheddar with it. You got to have a super sharp cheddar.
Ham and Swiss, you're wrong.
Oh, Swiss is nasty.
Cold ham and Swiss.
Here's something that happened to me the other day, and this pissed me off and to no end. I went to Gelson's for a sandwich because they make a good sandwich. I told you they got a pretzel bun. They actually have sweet pickles, which forget it. I mean, if you're making me a sandwich with sweet pickles, I will hug you because I like a dill pickle spear. But sweet pickle chips on your sandwich? Oh my God, dude, it's fucking delicious. So here's what I get. Here's my call. You're asking my call?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You want to know what my call is at Gelson's? I get a maple honey turkey with a Munster cheese, and I wind up getting some sweet pickles. I get sprouts. I get avocado instead of mayo. I go put avocado on both sides of the bread. This is how I make a sandwich. I swear to God, I've talked about this before. I think. The fuck? Goddamn, this is pathetic.
I just want to hear about the car.
Oh, you want to hear about my sandwich at Gelson's? Anyway, so I ordered a turkey sandwich with fucking Munster, and then I got home and I sat down to eat it, and then I bit into it and provolone. Ugh, it's like licking a sock. It's fucking disgusting. It's just like playing 2 hours of volleyball and then burying your face in somebody's jockstrap. That's what biting provolone is when you don't expect it.
Oh my God.
It is. It tastes like balls. It's just fucking it's so nasty. It's gross. It smells like a teenage locker room. Ugh. That's what it tastes like. It just tastes like humiliation in the shower. That's what it tastes like, provolone. It's so bad. So, I was staying at Dave's house, and the lovely Karen, our friend, was staying over at her mom's house. And look, we were married, or perhaps we weren't married. I don't remember exactly the time frame on this. We were married, I believe. Because, yeah, why would we be staying at his house if we lived in Chicago? We got married and we moved to California. Then we went home and stayed there. So, of course, we're married. So a married couple, you know, when they're separated, when they're apart, I should say, not separated, because we were separated often, but we were apart from one another. I'm staying in one house, she's staying in the other. And, you know, it had been a couple of days. And, you know, like I said, I'm not doing anything at Dave's house. And I don't know if Karen has any privacy for Soggy Got Your Nose over at her parents' house. So I call her and we're talking, and she's like, well, what are you doing tonight? I go, well, nothing. We're having dinner, and then I'm going to do some stuff with Dave. And she's just like, all right, well, why don't we, can you meet me somewhere? And I'm like, all right, well, I don't, like, where? And so we started the scheme of where we were going to meet. And she was like, well, I go, do you want to have, like, a date? Like, do you want to go have, like, dinner? And she's like, no, let's just meet. And I was like, all right, I'm up for that. So we went. This is ridiculous. We met at an industrial area. Like, we didn't meet in a hotel parking lot. We didn't go get a hotel room. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't. And also, because again, I'm not in my car. I'm in Dave's car. So I can't fuck in Dave's car. That's fucking terrible. And she's got like her mom's or her sister's car. And so that's not happening either. So we wanted to meet somewhere. And so then we're like, we're going to get a hotel room. So we didn't. We wound up meeting in this industrial area. And there's like snow, because it was winter. It was around Christmas. There's big snow fucking drifts and cement and horses, not horses, but cement horse barricades, and orange cones. And so I met her. It was in Romeoville, in this like industrial area. And I met her, and she killed her lights. I killed my lights. She hopped in my car, and then we drove into the industrial area. And then we just climbed out, and because we were far enough away, like, I mean, because look, you could have done I mean, obviously I'm not going to fuck in the car, but you were going to do like you could do a quick one and just keep your clothes on and throw her on the hood and like make that all work. But that's not fun. I mean, it's fun sometimes to do that. It's fun sometimes to do a hit and run, but also, I mean, we couldn't keep our hands off one another, and I'm driving, and I'm trying to kill the lights, but also negotiate through fucking tacks and nails, and it's a construction site, so there's like a half burned out building, and I'm like, should we go into the building? And she's like, well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know what's in there. We get out of the car, and she just starts getting undressed. And so I did too. I mean, we're fucking, I mean, it's 30 degrees. And there's snow drifts and a building, and we didn't fucking care. We just went at it outside. Like we climbed into a snow drift. We climbed out. We found like there was a it probably wasn't the nicest, healthiest thing in the world, but there was like a blanket that was there, and she had brought a blanket from her mom's house too. So we threw that over the blanket that was on the ground, and just got completely naked in 30-degree weather and went at it. But then, because we're us, we left the headlights on in the car, and we were bathed in the headlights. So if anybody came by, they could have seen it. We wouldn't have cared. We were fine with that. It kind of added to the whole experience. And we actually did that on that trip. We did that like 3 or 4 different times at that particular industrial area. We would just go, and she'd grab that horrible blanket that I'm sure she burned later eventually. And married people will understand this. Single people might, because single people, your sex life is, whatever it is. Huh?
Fluid. Yeah.
Sometimes it's going great, and sometimes you hit a drought or whatever. And, but sometimes, and also there's always the dance when you're single. That first thing where, what do they like? What do these people like? What do I like? What should we do? What can I do? And that's exciting, but it's also really exciting to be with somebody where you know everything, and you know what they want, and you know what you can do for them and what they can do for you. And that's pretty phenomenal. So when I would meet Karen, we would just be, because again, even if we're apart for 2 days, then we would see each other, and I'm consumed with lust all the time. Like, it's all I can think about constantly. That's why, Jill was, she was ridiculous. Like, I just wanted to pick her up and swallow her all the fucking time. God damn it. And with Karen, but I knew what she wanted, and I knew what she wanted from me, and what she liked and what I liked. And so when we would hit that thing, we'd fucking turn the headlights on, and it was fucking showtime, and we would just dive into one another. And you could be as loud as you fucking wanted in the middle of nowhere. You could yell, you could do this. And you didn't even, I would yell when I didn't even have to yell. You know what I mean? It would just be that thing where you just, because again, you're just carnal and getting after it and just fucking stealing spoons together and going to fucking work, man. Just fucking, you're balls deep in something and just yelling, just fucking screaming. God damn it. Or face first. And she's screaming and pulling your fucking hair out. God damn, I fucking love sex. What the fuck is wrong? Speaking of droughts. Fucking speaking of goddamn droughts. Fuck. I hit something. All right, so there, that's that story. We would make these sex dates where when I would be at Dave's and she'd be at her mom's, we would meet. And I literally was like a kidnap. I would show up, I would kill my lights. She would like flag me down. I'd pull over. She'd hop in the car and we'd drive off into the industrial area and then crank up the lights and get completely naked in the 30-degree weather and just go to work. Like fucking Clan of the Cave Bear. Just like,
kill me.
Just,
the weather would kill me.
Oh no, it was awesome. It's that thing where you just, it's, you know what it is? It's.
I can't breathe in 30-degree weather.
Oh no.
I could not have an orgasm outside in 30-degree weather.
No.
My heart would stop.
No, I'll look. There's very there is very little. There are very few things sexier than having your face frozen with and tasting like your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's just fantastic. To see yourself frozen in somebody's hair. Oh my God! See, that's pretty fucking great. When someone's hair's all fucked up and then there's just a big fucking pile of you in it, and then it freezes because you're outside, and then you wrap yourself in that horrible shitty construction area blanket. And you're like, oh, that was fun, and then you wind up with like frostbite on your fucking ass cheek, and you're like, I don't care. I don't even give a care. Laser that shit off. Take chunks of me off. I don't give a fuck. I'll lose a pinky to get laid in the snow. That's fine with me. Let's talk about droughts.
And then you just drive home to Dave's and you just have a...
Well, we might go eat something or get some coffee.
Oh, okay.
We might go get I think a couple times we went and there was like a Perkins and we went and got hot chocolate.
Oh my God, a Perkins.
Yeah. So you had to thaw your face and she had to brush out her fucking hair so she didn't bring home a Zygote fucking shampoo. She's just like, whatever. It's like all over her fucking chin and her chest and whatever the fuck else she had. All right. So hi. I don't even know how that came up, but good for you.
We were finding out if you were a terrible person.
Well, I'm not a terrible person. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I'm a good person. I'm a wonderful guy. But the reason, look, it's a constant coin flip with me. I don't know. I think I'm okay, and then I think I'm not. But I know. But fuck that bullshit. I'm a good guy. I don't give a fuck how many times you tell me I'm not. I don't give a fuck how many times you tell the public I'm not. I don't give a fuck how many times you post that I'm a terrible person. I'm a fucking good person. I know I am.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
well, good. I'm glad you agree. You're the one. You're the only one firmly in my fucking camp.
That is not true.
But you get fucking tired of hearing it. I'll tell you that. You certainly get tired of fucking hearing it. But then you play right into it this morning. Because here's my point. Well, yeah, because I'm doing the show. First of all, we did 2020 last night. And let's talk about it. It was fantastic. It was really, really a fun show. And I'll talk a little bit about me as a person and how shitty I was to Lily yesterday. Why not? Let's do that.
You weren't shitty.
Alan, and also let's throw it out to a listener. I had a listener, by the way, let's talk about again the terrible person thing and the theme of it. I had a listener write me last week, and I don't want to say this person's name because they didn't say, hey, talk about me on the air. But they wrote me and they said, hey, you were really mean to Lily this week. I hope you were kidding, because it was like, I think she used the word abusive. She might not have, but it was just, but she said that last week I was mean to you. And I said, I wrote her and said, we'll agree to disagree. I said, I might get a little shouty. I go, but we're like, we're family, and I can come on a little fucking strong sometimes, probably, but in the same...
She would have hated the way you talked to Erica last night.
We'll get to that shit. So the point is, and so then I literally though, but to speak to me, I don't even remember that. Like last week's show, I don't remember being...
Most abusers don't.
Yes. No, trust me. I know. I've seen every meme about how bad I am. I get it. So I don't.
I'm gonna say I know what she was talking about.
Okay.
But no, that's
Well,
that's part of the back and forth of you and I on air as well as friends.
Well, I'm glad you think that. I'm glad that's how you feel because I spoke, I thought, for you to her, and I said, look.
I thought you were truly an asshole to me, which I have once, and I told you you were totally out of line. I threw you out of my house one time.
Well, I remember that.
Yeah, because I was like, no, there's boundaries. We have boundaries as friends, but our boundaries are very fluid as well. It's a show. It's not personal.
Well, I would hope not. Yeah. But that's the point. Is when but it's also a thin line to walk, and I'll tell you why. Because on this show I go, look, this show's my life, and this show's a representation of what I do and who I am and what I've done, and I talk about it. And so then people will hear me say shit, and they'll take me completely literally or seriously about something.
When you talk about Johnny Applecock and then you're mean to your producer in jest, I guess I could understand why people would think that was real.
Well, people but I can't. I also don't want to be.
People also want to protect me.
Which
I know that.
Understood.
I get it all the time right now.
But I don't want to be. I also don't want to be the cop out guy and go, what? Come on, like Alex Jones yesterday. Let's bring this up.
But you're not.
But all right,
we're not playing a character here. You're a hyper extension of who you are when we're goofing around.
Alex Jones is the guy at InfoWars. If you don't know who he is, he's a psychopath. I mean, he's just the guy shouting. He claims Sandy Hook was fake. He talks about chemtrails. He ripped Obama to shreds, and he's a nut. I mean, if you watch him, but at the same time, I will say this: he's me. Okay, he's a guy who will talk himself into a fucking lather, and then he'll get a little freaked out, and he'll tear his shirt open, and he'll do something ridiculous. But the problem is, he's portraying what he's saying as the truth about government, and he's got enough tinfoil hat motherfuckers out there that they'll believe him. Now, you remember, I tried that once with you guys. I said, if you're on a bus right now, just stand up and rip open your shirt and fucking scream. I wanted you to do that. We were testing my limits as a cult leader, and it turns out I'm nowhere near the Alex Joneses of the world as far as getting you people to be sheep, which is fine with me. I don't need sheep. I need listeners. I need ears. That's it. That's all I need. I want you guys to listen. I want you to subscribe to YouTube. I want you to donate to Patreon. I want you to be on board with me and what I do. But I don't need to fucking form some sort of litigious army or some sort of collective that believes things that aren't true because I told you that they were fucking true. Think for yourself and do what the fuck you want. But
Wait,
think
Johnny
I'm funny.
Applecock's not real.
You know what's funny? This is totally true. Like, as I thought about that later, because again, I don't know what the fuck I've done. We've talked about this is 9 years. So I don't know what I've said or what I've done or anything like that. And in my head, after the Johnny Applecock episode, a couple of days, I thought to myself, didn't I do another show where I was going to go around the country and fuck women with cancer as a final, like I swear to God. And I'm like, whoever has that memory in their head, whoever has the echoes there where they just go, I think one other time I mentioned fucking a bunch of cancer patients. I think that was something, that had to be something else that came up at another point. I've been doing this show a long time. You sure I didn't talk about raping Lana Turner with a candlestick before?
You have, actually.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Mickey Rooney, though.
And by the way, I mean Lana Turner from the 50s, not Ralphie May's ex-wife, Lana Turner. I got no business with her in a candlestick at all. Even we could play Clue and I'd avoid the candlestick with Lana Turner. She was a tiny, skinny woman who married a gigantic parade float of a man. And then guess what? Didn't fucking work out. Whoa! What a shock. And apparently the mouthy, abusive cocksucker that he appears to be on stage might be who he is behind the scenes.
Oh.
Which is bad to bring up in a show where I'm telling you I'm not as terrible as the guy I am on the microphone. Fuck, where were we going with this? We had somewhere to go.
You're talking about Alex Jones and how he's pretending.
Well, yeah, because he's a nutbag. I mean, that's a dude. He's just and so then he's the point is he's shouting a bunch of terrible things. He's a pro-Trump guy. Obama's a monster, a Kenyan. He's all the birther bullshit, all that nonsense. And look, you believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. But the problem is he's got enough weak-willed motherfuckers who fall in line with him and they want to start fights and they brawl and they go off and it's just a mess. It's a fucking mess. He's got an army of idiots. And he's the chief of them. He's the captain. He's the ringleader. So now he apparently is in a custody battle with his wife for his kids. And he wants to get I guess he's got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, which means that somehow, some way, Alex Jones has been laid twice. Which is astonishing to me. Although, not really, because, when guys get to be cult leader status, David Koresh was banging everybody too. What the fuck? There's a certain level of charisma to what Alex Jones does, so I could see him snaring somebody in and fucking her a couple times. Good for him. But the problem is he wound up with kids. So now he wants to get these kids back. So his lawyer puts out a statement that says, because the wife is using Alex Jones's persona and going, look at this motherfucker. He said J-Lo should be raped. He said that they should break this guy's neck, like all these fucking people. And this is who he is as a guy. And the kids watch him broadcast because he has a home studio, so they hear him say these things. I don't want them around it. Now look, divorces are fucking tricky. Unless your girl just fucking disappears into the night like a wraith, which is, I highly recommend. If you're going, because you know what, she left in 2013? What if she's been waiting for 4 years at that industrial area? I was supposed to meet her. She's just curled up in that blanket, naked. Change of seasons, wind blowing leaves, snow. She's just shivering.
They built around her.
Yeah, they didn't. She's fine. They have a commemorative plaque. The city does. She's an she's at what was unincorporated area. That's what she is. It's one city meets another city, but then she's like the house and up. She's just there. They built around her, waiting for her to grab a bunch of balloons and come over and fuck me. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, that's like right. I could happen.
Who knows, man? Who the fuck knows? And I gotta be honest, with the drought I'm in right now, I would get my fucking straw and popcorn and pop those fucking balloons, and she could land her crazy ass in my lawn and get worked. I'm in an apartment building. I don't have a lawn. All right, so that's what it's come to at this point. So fuck. Alex Jones wants his kids, and again, I don't even know how divorces are tricky. She could be, but this is the thing. Some divorces are tricky, and then they come into court, and the wife goes, "Hey, my husband thinks J-Lo should be raped, and that they should break this guy's neck, and that he thought somehow there was a pizza restaurant where Hillary Clinton was head of a child sex ring." And the judge goes, "All right, this seems a little hyperbolic. I think maybe you're exaggerating because you want to get the kids, and divorces are made to portray your spouse as a crazy person so you can win. However, not all divorces have the advantage of having your husband saying he wants J-Lo raped on tape as part of his shtick. And Sandy Hook denying and all that other bullshit. She's got it all on. It's all documented. He's become a media superstar. And so she's like, he says these things. He says in front of the fucking kids. So he can't go, come on, man, Your Honor. She's pushing the envelope here. No, you motherfucker. You said that. We got it. There's you yelling about aliens turning frogs gay and ripping your shirt open and all your nonsense. You're a fucking idiot. So his lawyer then, to like lob a salvo, comes in and he's like, hey, dude, here's the thing. This guy is an actor. All right. Alex Jones he's just playing a role. To hold these words against him would like be holding the words of the Joker against Jack Nicholson. That's who Alex Jones is. He's a guy playing the role of a Joker on this show. He's a performance artist. So that may allow him to get weekends with his kids twice a month. But what does it say to the army of tinfoil dumb fucks who are out there who are like, no, please believe Sandy Hook didn't happen and pizza girls are fucking being whored out by Hillary Clinton. Fuck. If he admits to being like a fucking performance artist and an actor and a bullshit guy, which I will tell you, a lot of the population already fucking knew. And because if you don't swallow his bullshit, you just look at him and go, what a fucking schnook. I mean, literally, he's just, that's what that dude is. Seriously. He's got an electronic covered wagon that he brings into your town and he sells you fucking medicine and then he moves on. When you realize the medicine doesn't work, he's already fucking gone. That's who these fucking dudes are. They're the modern day carnival barker showmen who would come to town, sell you a fucking magic spoon that was going to turn every grapefruit into oranges and then ride off into the distance with your fucking 50 cents. That's who these motherfuckers are. They are constantly cultivating an audience of stupid people, and they are putting ads in the Inquirer and getting you on board to agree with them and then disavowing you when you do something dumb. What? No, they walk away and they go, hey, somebody else will shuffle up your fucking life now. They claim they had nothing to do with it. So he goes ahead and says he's a performance artist. Actually, I apologize. His lawyer said he was a performance artist. His lawyer said, you can't hold this against him. Come on, man. He wants his kids. He's a loving father. Meanwhile, there's video of him drooling on himself, yelling about Obama being a Kenyan. So everybody then seizes upon this. All of his his enemies, and that's all we have anymore now, guys. That's it. We have enemies. Everyone has the people who believe you and the people who think you suck. There are no more gray areas. There's no more, well, I can see your point. Although I'll be honest with you, I've never heard Alex Jones say anything in my entire life where I went, well, I can see his point.
No doubt.
No, because he's talked about the gay agenda and turning people homosexual and all this other fucking bullshit. And it's like, dude, quit selling fear. And even worse than that, Alex Jones gives away fear free.
Yeah.
And then he profits on the back fucking end. But then he wants to pretend that he didn't fucking do it. No, man, what are you talking about? I didn't do any of this stuff. Come on, you're crazy. It's like there's a bit by Franklin Ajay where he talks about being a comedian. And it's like, everybody thinks that you're a fucking comedian. So they think everything you say is funny and they think that you can never be taken seriously.
Right.
He goes, until you go to a party and then you're like hitting on some guy's girlfriend and you're like, yeah, and then he goes, they always come up to you and they're like, oh man, you're a comedian. You're crazy. And he's like, oh, no, I'm a person. Comedian's my job. No, man, you're a comedian. You eat your own arm. You're insane. He's like, fuck. Well, then you can't be taken seriously. He goes, but then you're at a party and you're hitting on some girl and her boyfriend comes up and he goes, hey, man, what's your fucking problem? Hey, man, I'm a comedian. Hey, man, I'd eat my own arm. It's just, you can use it when you need it. And that's what Alex Jones does. He wants to act the fool the whole fucking time, but when it's time to get his goddamn kids, he wants to send his lawyer to go, oh no, he's a performance artist. Come on, man. He's just playing a role. He's just having fun. He's an actor in these hard fought times. He's just playing a role. And then today, I don't know if you saw this, Alex Jones headed to court. And he was going for the hearing. After yesterday, the performance artist thing came out and the fucking Twitterverse and everybody else fucking murdered him. All of his enemies are like, of course, he admits he's a fucking liar. He admits he's a joke. He admits he's a dumb fuck. Well, today he's in the car and he's driving on the way to the courthouse and he starts raving into the video and he just starts yelling that he's not an actor. He's never been an actor. He's never been more serious in his fucking life. He does the Alex Jones thing to disavow the thing the lawyer said yesterday. But he did it on the way to court.
Good for him.
So I don't know if it was admissible in court or they were able to show it during the hearing because he did it on the way there, so maybe nobody knew it existed yet, or if he posted it during the court hearing, so he got whatever judgment he wanted. I mean, it's just, these motherfuckers have it down. They have it down. See, I sneak into your house. I walk around a little bit. I have some fun. I steal a spoon and I bail. These motherfuckers take everything you got. Take everything you got. And then probably slap you just so you wake up and realize that you've been fleeced. Just to laugh in your fucking face. Or just sneak off and then you wake up leaving you wondering exactly where the fuck everything went and why you believe this bullshit. But yeah, so he gets again, yesterday he sends out because this is the way they do it. Did you see fucking Cernovich at the fucking, at the tax march? No. I don't even want to say this guy's name, Cernovich. I hate saying it. He was a fucking pickup artist guy. That's what he was. He was a neg guy. He was that dude. So now he's adapted all that shit into politics and somehow embedded himself in with these fucking psychopaths and all these other idiots at Breitbart. And he's at the rally. This is what he did. He went to one of the tax rallies and everybody knows him because they know his face. So they start yelling at him. They're booing him and shit. And he's walking around with his phone and going, I'm being assaulted. I'm being assaulted. I'm being assaulted right now. You can see I'm being assaulted because people are surrounding him, but they're not. He's walking and they're walking, but he's being nudged. Nobody's touching him. Nobody's hitting him. But again, I'm being assaulted. I'm being assaulted. You can see it right now. Officer, I have a right to free speech. I mean, it's just, this is what used to be called a provocateur. This is someone who would go and they would cause a bunch of shit and then they would impishly sneak off into the distance and laugh. Unfortunately, it's now destroying the fucking republic because everyone uses it and then they've got people who believe it and then they've got the ability to communicate all of this shit to the fucking masses. How the fuck did I spin off into this? I was just fucking my wife in a vacant lot.
Well, I think we were still trying to figure out if you're a good guy or not.
Listen.
What text
if you don't know by now.
What text did I send you?
If you don't know me by now. Look, you're never ever going to know me. So we did. All right, let me talk about yesterday first. We did 2020 last night. And it was me and Howard Kramer and Nicole Amy Schreiber, and I'll get to that in a bit. But did you just figure out the text?
Yeah, but I don't understand.
I'll talk about it in a second.
I don't understand how you took it anyway.
How do you not understand by this point who I am as a person? How the fuck do you not know?
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, Mike.
Never.
Yes.
No, a cigar is always a fucking spaceship. Don't you fucking know this? Didn't you ever see a movie from the 50s? Cigars are spaceships. That's it. So
But
yesterday,
we had what we had yesterday, and we like worked it all.
everything
out.
lasts.
It was great.
Nothing goes away. Everything simmers until it gets the fucking scab torn off
That's
again.
you though.
Yes. Guess who lives with me? Me. Guess who deals with me? Me.
You should
Who
sneak
I
out in
trust?
the middle
Who
of
I
the
trust? Me. That's who. It's my Flavor Flav. It's no fun if I have to give the references to everybody. All right, so here's the thing. Like, I didn't need to say that was Flav. People could look it up. Yeah, Google that up.
Like they're gonna look it up.
Google up healthy porn, and Google up who I trust. Who I trust? Me. That's who. And you, I don't know. You could get anybody at that point. But if you get Flavor Flav, that's what I meant. So yesterday we're going to do the show, and look, I want 2020 to be successful. I do, but I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't want to have to do any of the fucking promotion and the comedy bullshit. I want to go I want to talk. That's it. It's what I want to do with my whole life. I want to show up and I want to talk. And I want to shake hands and glad hand you guys, and then I want to bitch about a bunch of stuff, and then I want to get my kids in a custody battle, and I want to run away. That's what I want to do. I want to steal a spoon and hide. But now with this fucking show, like, I have to book the comics, and then I got to promote shit, and then I got to, and I told Lily this. I said it I said it yesterday, I believe, and I just went, look, I can't. My instinct is to be the comedian. My instinct is to be the guy who fucking pierces bullshit. My instinct is to be the guy who makes fun of hype, who makes fun of constant promotion, who makes fun of that shit. And now I'm the guy in charge of it. And that's fucking awful. Like, to have to put 40 hashtags on a goddamn photo and I would make fun of that. If I saw somebody else do that, I'd be like, that's ridiculousness. Who needs the hashtag martinis? There are martinis in the building. Nobody fucking cares. You know, it's like, and if anybody's going to look for a comedy show and go, not interested. Hashtag, not interested. They read 30 hashtags, not interested. And then they go, hashtag martinis, I'm there. Then I hate that guy and I don't want him in the fucking show. If the only thing that got you to my comedy show was hashtag martinis, stay the fuck home. So that's the thing. I don't want to try hard, and it gets to who I am as a person. I get this. I don't ever want to look like I'm trying hard, but even worse, I don't want to try hard. I don't ever want to have to make any sort of effort at all. Come see me. I'm great. The end. Fuck hashtag martinis. I don't want anybody to have to deal with that bullshit. So Lily is giving me a tutorial, because I actually approached her and I said, look, if we're going to do 2020 right, we need to make a Facebook page. Now, we did this on the air. We talked about it. I said, we need to make a page. We need to actually make events. We need to really, because we're fighting against a 7:30 p.m. start time on a Monday in California in the summer, and by you guys in the summer, it's still light outside. I mean, there's still the sun out at 7:30 for fuck's sake, and you're trying to get these people to sneak into a dirty, dark nightclub to watch fucking comedy, and it's a rough go. I'm not going to lie to you. As a comic, I remember doing the early show at Zany's in the summer. We'd have to do a 7 o'clock fucking show on Saturday. It's gorgeous outside. There's couples outside. They're all walking. You know, there's girls in their springtime clothes or whatever the fuck. And there's hard nipples outside. Who the fuck wants to come in and watch me talk about the government when there's hard nipples outside in fucking tank tops? I don't even want to be there. I want to fucking get everybody and go, hey, let's walk outside and just catcall. Let's do that. Let's go fucking catcall hot chicks, and then we'll come in and do the fucking show later at a nighttime show when it's supposed to be comedy. So that's a battle. Getting anybody in a fucking building in summer at 7:30 is a battle. But I said to Lily, I was like, I thought I was ready for it. I'm like, all right, well, let's do this. Let's make the page. So then we made the page. Then I had a fucking meltdown over the goddamn artwork because I never know what the fuck is right or wrong. And so I didn't know exactly where to go and what to do with this. I wasn't sure how we wanted to make it happen. But I knew I wanted the show to happen because I'm proud of it. I get to talk and I'm funny. And then I'm bringing in new comedians all the time. Eddie Pepitone was there. Howard Kramer was there last night. These are names and these are my friends. And I'm excited to bring them in. And I want this show to be something in Los Angeles where people go, you know what, fuck. I get to do 20 minutes and I get a little money. I get to actually get paid and there's a crowd, and it's because that's, to me, that's an ideal room for comedy. That room is ideal for fucking comedy. It's small. You can fit 50 people in it, 60 people in it maybe, and that's exactly the crowd I need. I don't need 100,000 people. I don't need 300 people. I would do shows in, when we go to the Laugh Stop in Houston or whatever the fuck, and we played a full houses, and it was fine. I mean, there's, when you really hit it and you're killing it, it's great. But I like an intimate small room where everybody's on top of me and I get to talk and have fun and do that sort of thing. So it's a perfect venue. It's, to me, a perfect format. I named it great. But I'm done. That's it. That's all. Come. Everybody should come. I don't want to have to every fucking month, every week, start up the fucking production machine and go, da, 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 hashtag martinis, everybody. Don't forget hashtag martinis in 3 weeks, hashtag martinis. It's like, It's not who I am as a guy. I want to say there's a comedy show, and then I want to go do fucking comedy. I don't want to promise you pizza and a happy hour. I don't want to say, hey, guess what? There's might be a guy in a hat, and by the way, there's incidental music, and oh my God, we got a red curtain. Nobody gives a shit about any of that. Come see me be funny, and come see the other people be funny. So that's the thing that's tearing me apart inside. Because I'm supposed to be doing promo for the show, and I don't. I do not. I do it on here, and I go, well, I've done my bit. I've told you guys about 2020. Literally 14/15 of you are 500 miles at least away from 2020. It's not an exaggeration. I know what my listeners are. I see where they're from. I see where people are coming from. I know there's, do I really think Sammy Shah is going to come over here from fucking Australia? No, I don't think he is. He probably doesn't listen anymore either, but so what? Do I think that fucking Anan is going to come over here, or Ahmad, or anybody else? El Hamami? Do you think they're coming? Anybody? I said her name in 3 separate ways. No, they can't come from fucking Saudi or overseas or whatever the fuck. Do you think our friend David is coming from Missouri? He used to be in New York. I think he's in Missouri now. I hope. Fuck. No. You think Dave and Monica are coming from Detroit? No. So I got to do more promo. I got to do Facebook. I got to do Twitter. I got to do that shit. But dude, on Twitter, I want to make jokes. I barely even want to make jokes on there. But now I got to fucking tell, because again, that's another thing. I'm up around like 3,300 Twitter followers, which I guess is okay or respectable or all right.
4 times what I have, and I have a weekly show.
Yes, which is good.
That is a respectable number of people who are interested in what you have to say.
Well, what I have to say, but do you think that once I started promoting the show, they wouldn't go, man, this fucking dude's just promoting shit. We're getting out of here. You know what I mean? Like, because I wind up, there's only 140 characters. I got to use half of them to apologize for the promo when I put it up. Yes, I know, self-promotion, I apologize. But, it's because I know how I feel when I see other comedians send their shit. And I'm just like, dude, I can't even.
That's not how a consumer feels. Nobody goes, oh God, another McDonald's ad. I know McDonald's exists. They go, oh, I'm hungry. There's a McDonald's on the corner. I can get there tonight. I like McDonald's. You and I have a very distinct, different impression of consumers, because I would think the consumers would be like, fuck McDonald's. I know you exist. Jesus Christ, I can't drive without seeing your fucking M. No, that's not how people think.
Well, we talked about that with 7-Eleven. When I talked about how...
you can't believe they ever advertise.
Why? Why would you advertise? Everybody knows you exist. You're there.
They don't.
Yeah, they do. Everybody does and should. 7-Eleven is there.
You say that. But the child of someone in a community that doesn't have 7-Elevens yet is growing up not knowing what a 7-Eleven is.
Stop trying to reach Narragansett. Stop trying to reach these people in Nepal and telling them that you're selling discount burritos.
People don't know there's a show on Monday night at the 3 clubs on the third Monday of the month. They can't come. Right.
So we got to find a way to tell them. That isn't me telling them.
Yeah, well, that's the problem you have.
It is the problem I have. Because look, I spend half my life struggling if what I have has value or worth anyway. So then to have to try to tell people, hey, I have value and worth, when I can't even tell myself that I have value and worth, is the weirdest fucking thing in the world.
Value and worth, you're going, hey, this event is having, and it's cool, and come, or don't.
It's the or don't part I have a problem with. Because, I mean, people are just going to turn in the big thumbs down when they see it. They're like, yeah, no. Because it's a general, look.
I have 5,000 friends on my Facebook page. You would think Monday Night Teas would be full every week.
Well, you work very hard to ensure that you get your crowds.
It's still not.
Yes, but I don't want to work that as hard as I see you work. I know that's terrible, and I know it looks ridiculous. I'm like, let's put it this way. Last night, we did 2020, and I have the Patreon. So I made a video. I did a behind-the-scenes video of us, before the show even started. I filmed you and me and just being silly, and it's just a minute and a half. And then I went to the Patreon app to put it up, and you cannot put video directly up on Patreon. I have to post it somewhere else and then get it hosted and then put it on Patreon. So I'm sitting in a club. I can't fucking do that. I'm not, because I only got my phone. I can't pull out my fucking laptop and do this and then put tags and all this bullshit.
YouTube with your phone. You just have to learn a few new skills, Mike.
Nobody wants to do that. Who wants to learn skills? I got the only skill I'm ever going to want or need. It's this. It's the talking part. I need 4 other people to go ahead and fill in the fucking shade about the skills that I can't have and get people to come and see this part, and then I could pay those 4 people. Hey, who wants to work for free for the next 5 years? God damn it. So that's the thing. So anyway, so here's the deal. So yesterday, another part of the thing is booking comics. All right. I like reaching out to comics and asking them if they want to do the show. When they say yes, I really want to do the show. What I hate is the chase. Now, as a comedian, I've never been a fan of trying to get booked. I know that sounds ridiculous, but in Chicago, Zanies had their comedy clubs, and this is the way they worked it. And this is totally true. There would be one day where every comedian who wanted to work at Zanies had to call, and they would book 3 months off of that day of phone calls. So you literally, it had nothing to do with your talent. You just spent the afternoon trying to win concert tickets until they answered the fucking phone. And then when they did, you had to hope that there were dates left for you and that they wanted to give them to you. Because they had 4 clubs. You know, they had Rosemont, they had Chicago, they had Mount Prospect, and then they had the Vernon Hills. So, you know, there were clubs and they needed, you know, I was looking to be a middle, so I needed middle spots for middle weeks and things like that. So you had to hope, you know, you had to figure 3 months. That means they had 12 weeks of middle spots. So I had to hope to get through before they booked all the headliners and everybody, and they could pair me with somebody, whatever the fuck. And I couldn't stand it. I was just like, I'm funny. Just give me a date. Just give me a date. Other clubs in Chicago too, when I'd call up and they'd be like, well, you know, we need to hold on until, what do you mean you have to hold on? You know me, I'm funny, I've done the job in your club, fucking book me. That's the thing. And that's why Hollywood is even worse. Like I told you, you got to go to the Improv, you got to go hang out, you got to do these things, you got to meet people, you got to get recommended, you got to do all these things. And I also thought doing 2020 would allow me to tap into comedians and try to do other shows. Now look, I haven't made a great effort, but at the same time, I've asked comedians, I've said, hey, you know, if you can throw me some people that you refer, and then also some shows in town that I could probably do, that'd be great. And they're like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I never hear from anybody ever again.
That is not true. I know you have heard from
I've heard from a couple people, but not about shows I could do, only referring their friends to do my show. As a booker, again, I'm not a booker. That's the thing. I never wanted to be a booker. I don't want to be a booker. I want to have a show, but I don't want to book it. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that part of it. I don't want to be the guy who, because again, it also brings out a bunch of bullshit in me about, am I not good enough? Or am I not this? Or am I not that? Which is all embedded inside my fucking DNA. So when I call somebody and I'm like, hey, you know, I'd like to have you do this. And then someone who might have been doing comedy for 3 years doesn't return my call or my email. Not my call. I don't call anybody because I know the younger generation doesn't call anybody, and they also don't email now. You have to send them a Snapchat. So in 9 seconds they can go, yeah, I'll do that show. They send you a quick thing. Because then if I do book people, I got to chase them for an email address so I can get promo, so I can get a picture, so we can get this, so we can, you know why? Because I got to hashtag those fucking martinis, baby. I got to hashtag those fucking martinis. And then again, I'm fully cognizant of the fact that this is not above and beyond my job description or my pay grade. But what it does do is it makes me completely rethink who I am and what I'm doing. Am I an entertainer who gets to just kind of be detached and cool and just does what he wants and doesn't fucking think about it? Or do I actually have to work and be proactive and hustle and tell people they need to do this and then sell the product I am least interested in selling, myself? It's the truth. I know it because I have this weird thing about telling people, hey, you know, you'll like what I do. I'm good. I mean, you even told me two months ago, hey, stop telling people that there's a comedy show after you're done. Stop telling people when you're on stage, hey, you know what? Once we get through my painful bullshit, there will be 2 professional comedians. And I mean, I didn't say it in that horrible a way.
No, I think that's exactly what I said to you.
No, that's what you said. But I mean, on stage, I would say stuff like, stick around, there's comedy. Don't worry, there's
comedy after this.
Don't worry, after this nonsense. But it's because I live in self-deprecation world. I live in telling people, look out. I live in telling people I'm not good because I tell myself I'm not good. I don't know why. It's dumb. And I'm not looking to you guys to go, oh, Mike, you're good. I mean, and also, you might have tuned the fuck out now because how many times is this going to be the theme of the fucking show? Mike doesn't know if he's good or Mike thinks he's not good enough or whatever the fuck.
It's not even a matter of you not thinking that you're good. You know you're good. It's a matter of you not valuing yourself. And most people don't value themselves. Most people don't know how to sell themselves. They know how to sell a product. They know how to but if you start promoting yourself, then you think that you come off in a weird way.
But you know what my greatest talent is? What? Making fun of those people that value themselves. I'm not even kidding. Like literally, I can sit back and I am perennially seated in the back of the classroom, even at 50. I got a straw and I got spit wads and I dare you to go up and read your book report, you fuck. Who the fuck do you think you are advancing your career and thinking you're good at this? Who the fuck are you? You care about how people perceive you and actually want to be good at what you do. See, I mean, I know that that's embedded in me somewhere. I'm fighting against it all the fucking time. I just am. I'm fighting against that because that's what's kept me in my house for 3 months. I don't. What are you going to do? You're going to go out? What do you care? You're starting over. People are going to go and they're going to fucking hate you or whatever the fuck. Well, that's not true. And again, I'm not saying that to you guys out there so you'll go, oh my God, Mike again fucking hates. That's not it. I'm just talking. We're just talking. That's what the show is. We're just fucking talking. I'm not trying to get you to go run for cover. I'm not trying to get you to go, no, Mike, we love you. I mean, that's cool. And if you're listening, I assume that you're on board with what I do. Or you're hate listening, which is fine with me too.
Love a good hate.
It's like that scene in Private Parts where they're just like, what about people who like Stern? Well, that's 70% of them are listening. What about the people who hate him? 85% of them are listening because they're waiting for him to fuck up and hate him. Well, good. Wait for me to fuck up and hate me. I don't care. As long as you're on board, it sure looks good to my hosts and my servers at art19.com. So again, the point is, I approached Lily the other day because I had comedians this week, and again, I'm chasing them for email addresses. I'm chasing them for promo, and that's the thing is, I'm a comic. I'm usually the one on the other side of it who understands. I don't want to send you a picture, or I'll send you a picture right away, or whatever the fuck. I'm far too busy being funny to worry about what you need as far as promo and other bullshit. But the thing is, on the other side of it, I have to, hey, look, I hate to ask again. Can I get a photo of you? Hey, look, can I get your email address? Can you just send? I hate being that guy. And when you're doing the show, you have to be that guy. So then, and I'll talk about this because why not? Nicole, the morning of the show, she writes me and she says, hey, I have another show across town. It starts at 7:20. What time does your show really start? Because I'm on third and then I'll hustle over to where you are. Well, that's because most shows start whenever the fuck they want to start. They'll tell you 8 o'clock and then they go at fucking 9 or at 9:15 because they want to get you there and get you drinking and get you hanging out, and then they'll start whenever they want to start. Well, our show has a hard in and a hard out because Lily's got the burlesque show after. So when we say 7:30, we start at 7:30. I go till 7:50. The next comic goes until like 8:11, and then the closer goes
7:50 to 7. It's 7:30 to 7:55. Then it is.
Yes, you build in the cushion. That's why I said 7:51. There's a 5-minute cushion.
Yeah.
But because I got to go up in between and whatever and bring people up. Yes. But the point is, you get 20, and you're on by 7:55.
It's just also a format most comics literally look at and go, "What the fuck? I get 20 minutes? Holy shit!" Because they're fighting for 5.
Well, in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise you work the road. You go ahead and do what you want to do. But that's what I'm saying. There's advantages to the show. I think. I thought it was. And also, I got no rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You want to go up on stage and read stereo instructions? Go right ahead. I don't give a fuck.
Can you book me next month? Because I would like to do that.
No.
I would like to read stereo instructions.
If you'll only promise to do that, I will book you.
Yes, I will.
Okay, can you get me your email for promo?
I can.
At some point?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Will you sell martinis? That's the most important thing about my show. So Nicole writes and she's like, I got this other show. I need to know what time your show officially goes. And we know me. I'm a fucking tornado of self-loathing and rage already anyway. So in my mind, I'm like, well, why are you writing me the morning of the show to tell me you got another fucking show and you want to know? The show goes at 7:30. I booked you at 7:30. Show's at 7:30. Be there at 7:30. Not even. Be there a little early. That's fine. I mean, I'm not the Tom Coughlin of comedy, but still, if you're not 5 minutes late or 5 minutes early, you're 5 minutes late. You know what I mean? There's that fucking attitude. But take it from a guy who lost a gig who lost a club. I don't work Zanies anymore because I was late to a fucking show on a Saturday. And to their credit, they paid me, but I've never worked there again. And this is since '96.
Well, you haven't called.
Because I know better.
On that one day, you're allowed to call.
Well, true. I'm still on hold. I've been on hold since 1996. But I know better because I know when I talk to I won't say the guy who books it, but I mean he's booked it forever. He's booked it the whole time.
I bet if you called him now, he would book you.
I don't know. He books Lenny all the time. Lenny works there constantly. And I'm not saying that's against me or for me. I'm just saying I know Lenny works there all the time.
But it's been 20 years. I think he might think you might be on time now.
He wouldn't even know the fuck I was.
Yeah.
Although he would remember. Well, the second I said my name, he'd go, what? And I go, I used to work there. Last time I worked there was 96. Oh yeah, you were late that Saturday. And we had to cover your set. I mean, because again, like I said, he didn't dock my pay. They paid me, but they never booked me again. Never. I think I called twice more. I tried 2 more times to get booked, and then I just went, I got the message. I knew. So Nicole is like, I want to know what time your show actually starts because I get this other show across town. So I immediately put it in my map, and I see that she's 20 minutes away with Hollywood traffic. So even if she said the show starts at 7:20 and she's on third. So that means 3 people before, even if the 2 people before her do 10 minutes combined, and they start right at 7:20, there's no banter. She's off stage by 7:40. And then it's going to take her 20 minutes to get across town to our club. And she's going second. She's after me, and then Howard's closing. So I, because I'm that guy, I immediately go, what the fuck? Why? I don't understand why. And I don't say this to her. I say it to me. And I'm like, well, fuck you. You know, the show's 7:30. We've sent you emails. We've told you all these. Because I booked her 6 weeks ago, a month ago, whatever the fuck. And we've kept her abreast of it. I've posted it. But the thing is, I also have not exactly been promoting it because I'm #Martinis. So then I contacted Lily and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She goes, well, what? I'm sure she'll be there on time. And I go, no, she won't. I go, she's saying that she's third on a show that starts at 7:20. She's never going to fucking make it. It's a 20-minute trip. And she goes, well, no, she'll be fine. I'm sure she'll figure out a way to get there. And I go, I don't even want to fucking do this. I go, this is pointless.
You wanted to close the whole show.
Well, I did. I go, can we cancel it? And she goes, what do you mean? And I go, let's cancel the fucking show. I go, if she's not going to be there. And she goes, well, you'll just have to talk longer. I go, I don't want to fucking talk longer. That's not the point of the show. If that's the point, I'll book myself a one-man thing and just fucking talk. The point is to bring in comics and do the thing. And look, when you said talk longer, I will admit, out of fear, I went, no, I'm not going to fucking do that because I wanted to do stories. I'm trying to discipline myself to do stand-up. Well, I mean, look, I can talk, as we all fucking know. I can talk in circles for fucking an hour, 2 hours, if I have to. But that's not what I want to do anymore. I was going to do a story. I wanted to hit my time, allotted time, and make it work. So I immediately went, well, no, why the fuck do I have to cover up for this fucking mistake? Because I haven't made a mistake. I've reached out. Why the fuck is she?
Made one either.
But booking another fucking show the same day as my fucking show and then saying to me, hey man, what time did your show really start? I told you, 7:30. And you know what? To send me that at fucking 10:30 in the morning is fucked. But it's not. I know, but all right, so I better say this now before somebody tells Nicole. I was wrong. I was completely wrong in my evaluation of this situation, but it's because inside my brain, I speed up and I get fucking nuts. And it makes me think I'm being disrespected, and it makes me think I'm not important, and it makes me think I'm not as much as I could be or respected in any way. And that's my problem. That has nothing to do with Lily or Nicole or anybody else. That has to do with me going, fuck, you know what? I just have one show and they're already going to disrespect this show. And it's like, I'm not as good enough as the show across town. And oh my God, if she's not going to come, then I should just fucking cancel it. And then I'm supposed to fucking talk and I'm supposed to fill her time. And I mean, that's how my brain revs. It's bananas. I don't know how to explain it to you guys.
It's completely personal against you.
Yes.
As opposed to, well, I'll let you finish. And then
Well, it's the truth. That's totally. So that's why I'm saying I'm telling you the story kind of, I guess, as a window into me, even though fuck, how many windows am I going to fucking open for you guys? But I mean, I was so fucking pissed and I wanted to cancel the show. Like, that's where my brain went. Fuck this, cancel it, burn it down, tear everything apart. That's where my head goes. My head immediately goes, fuck it, burn it down. Fuck it, burn it down. So the fact that she might have been 15 minutes late, I spun into disrespect for me because she doesn't know who I am and she doesn't give a fuck about me and nobody gives a fuck about me. And why should anybody give a fuck about me? And why am I fooling myself? And why do I think anybody would ever come to this fucking show? And fuck it, let's burn it down. It's what I do sometimes. And what I go to see Shannon every Monday to try to stop. So I talked to Lily and I'm like, we got to cancel this fucking thing. And she's just like, what are you talking about? She goes, you got to relax. She'll be there. And I go, no, she won't. And then I go, this is a trick too. I go, this is a trick. This is totally true. When I would work on the road, when you middle on the road, you want to headline. You just want a headline. That's your deal. So comics would call and say they were running late because they wanted the headliner to have to go up before them and then they could close the show. To show the club owner,
that's a conniving, awful thing to do.
Welcome to stand-up comedy.
So you thought that might be what she was trying?
Yes. Well, because I don't know. In my head, I was like, well, wait a minute. This is a trick where she's going to make Howard, who's my friend and a fucking name in this town. She's going to make him go second so she can go last. Because I don't know Nicole. I know nothing about her. However,
so you immediately went for she's the worst type of comic out there rather than
because
she's writing late.
Because I've experienced this before. Yeah. I've lived it. I've seen comics. I have my buddy Pat has a great story about it. About comics who they would show up late to try to bump you. You know what I mean? To make you bump up and they'd close so they could prove that they could close. So the next time they came back, they could close. Comedy's ruthless, man. And road comedy's even more fucking ruthless. You know, you're expected to do shit. Like, I mean, I told stories on here where I was an MC and when I worked with emo in Lexington, I worked with emo in Kentucky, and I had to drive him to and from the hotel to the club. And during the day, if he wanted to do something, he could have called me and I would have taken him to the store or whatever. Now, I'll tell you this. I was unbelievably honored to do it for emo and incredibly thrilled that I got to spend any extra moment of my life with that guy because he's a genius and he's the sweetest fucking guy in the world. Emo Phillips, he was so nice to me. He watched my act. He told me I was funny, which, I mean, forget it. At that point, I'm over the goddamn moon. But he's like, yeah, you're funny. You're sharp. You know, your political jokes are really funny. And I sat in the green room with him and I left him to his own devices. He'd read the paper, he'd do whatever. But if he wanted to talk to me, I would talk for hours about him. Because, I mean, again, I listened to E equals MO squared every day for a year. I mean, we would listen to it. And he's a genius. So, but he didn't drive. So it was presumed. It was not said, it wasn't like, hey, could you do this? They were just like, all right, you'll take emo to the club. You'll take emo home. And you know, if emo needs to go somewhere, you'll take him unless he wants to call a taxi or whatever. He walks a lot, but you can take him to the store for whatever. And it was just assumed you would do that. I mean, I talked about that before when I emceed at the fucking South Bend Funny Bone and they made me run lights for the magician. They said, you got to run the lights for the magician. You got to do all of his cues. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why? But because I was trying to get booked there to work tons of work on the road at the Funny Bones, I did it because that's what it's almost like sumo wrestling when those fucking dudes have to wash the fat guy's balls or whatever the fuck.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Can you, from this point forward, when you're emailing with someone and they write back and they have a question, can you just assume they're emo and they're just interested in the fact because they want to make sure that things are good on their side?
Well, the problem isn't that they're emo. The problem is that I'm still me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm happy to presume that everyone's emo. Everyone's emo is a great, you know what, that's a terrific standard to live by. Unfortunately, I'm still me. So I will do my best. And that's the thing. Like I said, I'm trying to recover from this. I'm trying to be a person who escapes that mindset. But my mind will and look, believe me, Dave's sick of it too. I'll talk to Dave and I'll go into burn it down mode and I'll go into forget it. I brought it up. Whatever the fuck. It's just
you did it to me 2 minutes ago.
I did it to you today. Yes, I did. And that's why I'm saying it's this weird. And like, I don't even know if this is like, you know, I know Gil Martin should be sitting here with a fucking pipe and staring at me because this is like straight up mental illness happy hour bullshit where I'm talking about who I am inside my brain and how the fuck I function and think. But I'm just trying to explain getting to well, there was an end point at some point, I think. So yesterday, I was mean to you. You know, it's funny because the person who thought I was mean on the air last week, I was like, no, I was really mean to her yesterday.
You weren't mean to me yesterday. Yesterday, I was having a really bad day. I had been up sick all night long, and I had 2 shows I had to produce that night. I was in I was in the second show as an MC and a performer. And because I was so sick, I had to pull myself out from performing. So I'm trying to find a replacement for me for a theme show.
Right.
And you called me with a box of crazy.
Well, the reason being, and here's why. See, you had all that on your plate.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck about your plate.
I know that.
My plate is I want to be a comedian and I don't want to deal with any of this bullshit. So why don't you take over? Yes. You write her, you do this, you do that. But in the reality, like I said, you're a comedian, you're a performer, you're booking 2 shows that night. Yes. You got to make sure the lights are on. You got to make sure the music.
I got to change the gels. I got to move the table.
You got to hashtag martinis.
I do have to hashtag martinis. I have to hashtag martinis every day for 2 shows every week.
Awful.
On 6 accounts.
Terrible.
Plus publish it out to events.
Pathetic.
I'm a producer and a performer.
Right. I don't want to be that.
No,
I don't. I don't want to do any of that. I barely want to go and talk to people and make them laugh. I mean, I do, but I don't. These days, I'm getting out of that shell a little bit now, but I've had my dick in the dirt for about 3 months here where I didn't want to do a fucking thing. And I'm gradually emerging. I'm starting to see a little pinhole of sunlight now and then. But so my point is, so I'm saying I understand.
Yes.
Okay. And that's why when I got to the club last night, the first thing I did.
Let's finish this first though, because I want people to understand. I talked you off that cliff, and I basically said, no, the show is going to happen. She's going to get there. Let me check to see what information I've sent her. I'm going to resend her information so she knows exactly when she's going to be on stage. She will plan her life accordingly. She's a grown-up.
And then I said, fine, and I hung up the phone.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Because you achieved what you wanted. You got rid of the rage and the anger of feeling disrespected.
And I didn't have to do any of the.
I
I didn't have to do any of the fucking work. I didn't have
dumped
to.
your rage on me, which was what bothered me. I didn't mind you dumping the work on me. If you were like, I don't know how to deal with this, and I would have been like, sure.
Well, I know how to
take
deal with
care
it.
of that,
Burn it the
okay?
fuck down. That's how
Yes.
you deal with it. You know what?
But
Hey, you're gonna be
instead-
late. Fuck it.
I sent out an email. I gave all the contact information. Both her and Howard wrote me back within, 40 minutes.
Yes.
And both said, hey, here it is. Great. There's a comp list. Here's the people I want on my comp list. I'll be there by, and she wrote me and said, I'll be there by 7:30. I'm coming from another show.
Yes. But I was
Have
dealing with the
faith.
thing. Yes, of course. Well, Faith.
And she is a delight.
Well, we'll
And
get to that.
Hysterical.
Well, we'll get to that. So the point is, I'm hoping to salvage some stuff from the wreckage of me and not be that person. And so, yes, I did. I dumped that on you because I don't. So going forward, this show exists, and we're talking about even doing 2 a month starting in June. And I'm anxious and twisted up over it because the whole having to tell people to come see me over and over is just fucking annoying. It's just so antithetical to who I am and what I do.
Try coming up with different ways to say, come see my tits every day.
Tits
If you
tits sell
think, hey,
themselves.
there's no, they don't. Do you know how many tits there are in LA that are perfect and perky?
Not like yours.
Uh,
So the point is,
the point is this, Mike.
your point.
You need to be responsible for you. That's it.
Yeah, I'm aware
Your
of that.
career lies in your hands at this point.
I'm aware of that, which is why we've launched Patreon. We've got all these things. Bullshit. My career lies in everybody who's listening hands.
No, your career lies in making sure people know who you are.
Ah. Yeah, I know.
You market yourself when you tell a joke, just like you market yourself when you do hashtag Martini Monday.
Gah.
Because here's what hashtag Martini Monday does. It lets someone who liked martinis go, oh, there's a comedy show too? That would be interesting. Then they come in and they go, that Mike was hysterical. That Nicole Amy was so funny. That Howard was, holy crap, this is a great show. I can't wait to come back to this.
I don't want that guy at my show. Drink martinis in your dark house and leave me the fuck alone. Why do I have to lure you out of your house? Come here. I'm
Because you
funny. We're
lure
funny.
everybody out of their house.
Ugh, I hate it.
Because you're competing with movies and TV and Pokemon and everything
Fuck
else
showing
out
my
there.
work. Fuck telling people they need to come. Fuck. Just know that I'm great and trust me. Just
Not
come
how
there.
it works. Madonna still has to advertise.
God damn it. What a terrible world.
If people don't know
Grandfather
you're there,
me
they
in.
can come. But they have to know where you're going to be. Just because you know in your mind, they don't know.
I hate telling anybody that I'm good. Fuck, who cares?
We need to
But
hire a
then there are
social media
times
person.
where I'm yelling that I'm great. I mean, look, I get it. I'm black and white. I'm that dude. Either I'm awful or I'm the best.
Who wants to manage Mike's social media account?
I got enough people managing enough shit. And then, because then I got to chase them around. You know, I got to go, hey, what about this? And then, hey, what about that? Because then and I feel awful because I'm not paying them enough to do that. I don't have a fucking, I'm a cottage industry without a cottage. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm a guy who's like, I'm relying on the faith and kindness of people to fucking do the things that I asked them to do, which is fucking great. And they get periodic recognition, and sometimes I can throw them some cash, but not nearly enough, man. Not enough. So that's a drag. And so then I wind up beating myself up over that I don't give you enough, or I don't give Mex enough, I don't give Ryan enough, I don't give Gio enough.
Business. I'm in the comedy for comedy's sake business.
Yes,
I
well,
get so much pleasure sitting at that show, getting to meet new young comedians, getting to meet the comedians that you've known for years, getting to socialize. The fact that I've worked with the people that I get to work with because I work with you is such an honor and a privilege.
you didn't mention seeing me perform.
Well, that.
I thought you'd laugh. Don't shut up.
So yesterday I was annoyed with you.
So I wasn't great.
I was sick. I wasn't feeling well, and I was like,
Yes.
drama train can go away. Let me get the information that she needs to have so she has the right information.
Yes.
And she can plan her life accordingly.
So then I came to the club, and what did I do the first thing?
Bitched about everything? No, you apologized to me.
Yes, I apologized to you. I put my arm around you and I said, hey, look, I was not nice this morning and I'm very sorry about that. Because I recognized it. And I mean, I could have called immediately and said I was sorry, but I went, nah, just fucking marinating this for a while.
I'd already forgotten about it.
Yes, well, that's because you're good at that. I
No,
don't
it's
forget
because-
anything. I'm being
it's-
truthful.
But it's because in the business side of this, that's such trivial shit. I was just like, okay, I get the problem. We'll fix it. Move on.
I take
You wanted to live in that and be angry and burn the world down. 'Cause
I
you're
take
angry about other
everything-
stuff too right now.
well, yes, I am. There's no doubt about that. But I take everything personally. I do. And I turn business into personal.
Yeah.
And it's
listen, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
nope, cigars are spaceships. So
I thought they were penises. I'm
so
very confused.
what are?
I thought that cigars were penises.
So penises are spaceships?
I think so.
Well, no, they're submarines
I'm so confused.
because they're full of semen.
Oh my god. Just end now. I don't care about the rest of the story.
I'm so tempted to. I want to.
No,
It's
you
stupid.
gotta finish though, because you gotta tell about 2020 and how great it was.
Well, I was going to get that on the other side, perhaps, but I'll do it now. I mean, so then we see the show, and then I get there, and it turned out to be great, and it was a sparse crowd. Our friend Erica showed up, and yes, I was mean to her.
You were mean to her. You were hysterical.
Well, I was busting her balls because she was on the goddamn phone, and then she tells me later, she's like, "I was posting about your show. I was telling people I was here."
She's your social media director.
Yeah,
I
good
hired
for her.
After the show.
But during the show, when there's a sparse crowd, there's only like 10 or 12 people there, and I look over and there's Erica on her phone. I'm like, "What the fuck, man? What are you doing?"
You're very easily distracted. You talked
Yeah,
about that
but
so
oh really?
much.
Wait a minute, you're just learning that now?
No, you were talking about it in the show, and it made me laugh. I'm very distracted. There's someone now. Look, I'm like,
Well, but so anyway, so it was great. Last night was great. I thought I was funny.
really
And Nicole was fucking amazingly funny. She was great, and Howard was amazingly funny. He was great. It was really good.
I loved both of them again.
Well, so did I.
You have nailed it so far, booking comics. I don't know how you've managed it.
Well, I've been lucky enough I've gotten good referrals, and then I have good friends. You know what I mean? It's like I've tapped into my friends, and going forward, hopefully I'll have more funny people. Then we'll have shows in May, and we'll have shows in April. But so the on whether or not I'm terrible, like I said, I think you've already learned. I feel sometimes I am, and sometimes I'm not, and I'm always straddling the line about whether I am or I'm not. But I sent all that stuff to Lily yesterday, but then today, I was supposed to be here at 12 and I did not get to the gym. And then I woke up and I grabbed my phone and there's a text from Lily.
You have to read this text. So that
Okay.
How about if I read the text and then you read it the way you read it? Can we do that?
If you want. Why don't I read it the way I read it and then you read it your
I'll
way?
read it the way I wrote it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what it said. I got up and there's a text and I'm getting ready to come over here and it just says, preparing you. Now, first of all, no good morning. No, hi, Mike. No, hey, you. It's just very, very matter of fact. Preparing you. I am sick. I can still do the record. I just want your headspace to be positive when you get here, not disappointed. What's the ETA? So she's already assuming that I'm going to be a shithead when I get here because she's sick and I'm not going to let her be sick. I understand if you're sick. You're sick quite a bit, so I go ahead and I work the best I can with you when you're in that sort of way. But here's my question. Am I that person that you have to launch a salvo to go, hey, by the way, I'm going to lay all these eggshells out, first of all, for you to walk on.
No, there's no eggshell here. Here's how I wrote it, preparing you. I am sick. I can still do the record. I just want your headspace positive when you get here, not disappointed. Smiley face. What's the ETA? And this was at 11:22 to make sure that you were still set for 12:30-ish.
Right, but now I'm the guy you have to send that text to prepare me to not freak the fuck out. It's terrible.
Here's why I sent it to you. Because if I just wrote, hey, I'm not feeling well, you would then call me and go, if you don't want to do the record, I understand you're sick. Because you're a nice guy. But
Yeah.
I don't want you to have second doubts about it. I'm just preparing you. I'm sick, but I'll still do the podcast.
Well, I'm always going to have second doubts about
and
it.
the reason that I say I want you in a headspace not disappointed is I don't want you to walk in and walk around on eggshells being like, you're not feeling well, I don't want to be in your way. Just let's come do the record. Just know I'm not feeling well.
But you know what? That's part of me, and I guess I got to get rid of it, but I always thought it was a way to be intuitive and not upset people or see how they were and read them and be nice. But like, believe me, it's caused problems in all parts of my life. That thing where I've gone, all right, it's okay. I apologize. You do your thing or whatever. And then everybody's just like, well, no, you can't just fucking divorce yourself from the whole goddamn thing. And then I kind of stopped doing that. And then I come on like a stiff prick. I mean,
But after yesterday and your nice apology, I just wanted you to prepare so that when you walked in, you weren't like, oh my God, you're sick. I feel bad. I'll just go home. No, I'm not feeling well again, but I love doing the podcast. And, maybe headspace was the wrong word. I just wanted you not to be disappointed.
You know, you should have just gone to bed. You should have texted me, said you were going to leave your door unlocked. You could have gone to bed and gotten a nap while you were sick. And then I would have just come in here and steal the spoon, and then I would have gone home. It would have been perfect. Because look, I may be a decent comedian and I may be a good podcaster, but I am an excellent midnight spoon stealer. Look for me in your town. Hashtag Martini, hashtag spoon stealer at midnight. That's long. Hashtag midnight spoon stealer. You guys can get me at Mike@MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. You guys can rape Lana Turner with a candlestick at RapeLanaTurnerWithACandlestick.com. The starlet Lana Turner is already dead. Don't go telling Ralphie May's ex-wife that I was advocating violating her with a candlestick, please. Because she's terrific. So please be my throat made a noise there. I apologize. Go to Instagram and Snapchat. I'm Mike40YOB on those. So find me there and be my pal and send me a Snapchat. A guy today, I don't even know. Again, they're all like abbreviated nicknames, so I don't know who this person is. But he sent me a picture of in his town. He had Vimto lip balm.
What does that mean?
I told you. Well, yeah. Oh, that's right. You weren't here for the Kuwait shows. They have a drink in Kuwait called Vimto. It's like a fruit soda. It tastes like black cherry soda, but it's a little more sugary and it's just, dude, I love Vimto. Oh my God. I can't wait. I would just stick my cock in a Vimto right now. But, so in his hometown, he's got Vimto lip balm and Vimto candy and, Vimto, one other thing, like I think a Vimto, deodorant, possibly a Vimto, a douche. He had a Vimto douche. So he sent me that photo. But so people on Snapchat send me all random things. So I'm Mike40YOB. Our friend Jamilton keeps sending me pictures of her baby. Keeps sending me videos of her baby with a rabbit face or a monster face as he just lays there.
Have you done any of those yet?
Have I what?
Have you done those yet and sent them out?
I haven't sent, literally I've sent 5 in my life, and it was to people that answered theirs because I felt stupid not answering theirs.
You've never put something out on Snapchat?
No, not once.
Oh my God. We're totally going to open up your Snapchat. We're going to put you out with like Easter Bunny.
Yeah, no, we're not doing any sort of, no, because those are dumb. But Jamilton will send me a photo of herself as a baby and, or not herself as a baby, but herself with her baby. And her baby, I got to be honest, I don't think her baby ever moves. Like he gets his clothes changed, but he always lays in the same spot. Like every photo she takes, every video she takes.
It's not a real baby.
Dude, no, because they're videos. Because he's no, don't. All right, do I have to pose for this nonsense, or he's got to talk? So she's taking a photo of me now. She's going to put on Snapchat. You can probably see it, Mike40YOB, or at Lily Von Stupp, which we'll get to that in a minute. But I'm at Instagram.com and I'm at Instagram and Snapchat at Mike40YOB. Be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. Follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. And you can get me at Mike@MikeSchmidtComedy.com. Now I'm staring into your camera and trying to talk, and it's fucking terrible. You're not videoing me. Are you videoing me?
Maybe.
No, see, this is ridiculousness. But nobody follows you on Snapchat, so nobody's going to see this. But wait, you're going to put it out to the public. You probably get like 8,000 followers, and they're waiting for tits, and then they're going to see my dumb ass. It's fucking awful. All right. So please remember that David Hernandez is the guy who is the king of this show. He is doing all the cool stuff. He does the music. He does the artwork. He's the greatest. Be his friend at Facebook.com/David Mex Hernandez. Jesus Christ, why are you taking my photo? Facebook.com/David Mex Hernandez. You can find him at artbydmh.com. He does all the cool artwork, all that stuff. That's foolishness. He does all the artwork and all the music for this show. You can find him at artbydmh.com, ARTBY, Jesus Christ, ARTBYDMH.com. And he sells, he's got Valcons, he's got Guycons and Valscapes and all sorts of artwork there for purchase. And also he will do custom artwork for you if you have anything that you want. If you'd like to have him paint my face as an Easter bunny with a couple of shrubs in front of it, I'm sure he'd be happy to do that, like fucking Lily's doing right now and not paying attention to the goddamn show. I don't. It's too late. Easter's over. Don't make an Easter thing. Make me a monster. Make me like a cool guy. See, everybody does that. They're like, look, he's got Easter egg eyes and he's all smiley. Make me a fucking monster. Can't you make me like a Dracula? Dude, totally make me a Dracula. If you can make me a Dracula right now, that would be fucking perfect.
I don't think there's a Dracula.
Why aren't there any monster ones? Fuck Halloween. It'll last all year long. You should make me a monster. Do that. That's okay. You know what? Literally.
Is that
No,
monster
good
enough?
Lord. Do you know what? Literally just take a photo of me and just put hashtag Martini underneath it. Please remember, Ryan Dirks does all of the web stuff for this show. You can get him at facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. Another week has gone by and I've not been able to contact Ryan. I probably should. That would be smart. So facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. Get him on board and be his friend and his pal. Remember that our friend Superfan Geo, not super fan of me, but super fan of others, he's doing all of our cool-ass YouTube stuff. You can follow his podcast, Pod Gods, and then you can find him on Facebook. He's Giovanni Giorgio Peluso. I don't know if he has room for friends, but if he does, go ahead and ask him to be one. And get him on board and have him do cool stuff for you. He's in Idaho now, lonely and ready to fight. So please find him and soothe his, calm his nerves so he can finish my fucking YouTube stuff. And the producer of this show, who's... that's good for you. Of course it is. Well, our friend Ben will like that because I was on the Pretty Little Podcast, I think it was, or Pretty Little Podcasters. Ben is a good friend and he just got married, as we talked about here on the show. So Lily's the producer, even though now she's fucking around with Snapchat and doing goofy ass photos. You're going to do another, how much fucking photos are you going to take? Lily Von Stupp, you can get her at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. Be her friend there, please. Oh, good Lord. Can't make me a cool monster. I don't want to be a floppy-eared dog.
They don't have cool monsters on here.
Well, then Snapchat is stupid. I'm 50. By the way, I'm 50. Why is a ghost their mascot? Make me a ghost. Make me a ghosty ghost. Because that would be fine. If you went ahead and made me a Snapchat ghost, I would be fine with it. But instead of like a, why? So foolish. Lily Von Stupp's the producer of this show. You can be her friend at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. You can go ahead and be her, follow her on Twitter at twitter.com/ there's several different accounts. Well, first of all, hold on. Instagram, she's at Lily Von Stupp. Is that who you are? Uh-huh. And it's Snapchat, she's Lily Von Stupp?
Yeah.
All right.
I just opened it for the first time and I don't know how.
I heard it creak. So you can go ahead and find her at all those places and follow her and see if she puts up videos of herself and her breasts. You can go ahead and be your friend at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. She's at several different Twitter accounts. Twitter.com/MNTs, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and twitter.com/Boobdini. You can, and she's got Hollywood Burlesque Festival coming up. And if you want to write her a personal note,
please do.
And ask her how long she's going to put up with this. Literally, we won't even, there's nothing cute, nothing veiled about it anymore. How long is she going to put up with this nonsense?
What makes you think that I'm not going to what makes you think I'm putting up with anything? I told you today, when I have boundaries, there's boundaries. That's it.
If you'd like to write her a personal note.
Ask her what her boundaries.
And ask her how many times she got her period last week. Because she was very quick to tell me when I showed up. You can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Oh yeah. In France, a skinny man died of a big disease with a little name. By chance, his girlfriend came across a needle and soon she did the same. At home, there are 17-year-old boys and their idea of fun is being in a gang called the Disciples, high on crack, toting a machine gun. Times. Hurricane and it ripped the ceiling off a church and killed everyone inside. You turn on the telly and every other story is telling you somebody died. A sister killed a baby cause she couldn't afford to feed, and yet we're sending people to the moon. September, my cousin tried reefer for the very first time. Now he's doing horse. It's June. Times. silly note when a rocket ship explodes and everybody still wants to fly. Some say a man ain't happy unless a man truly dies. Oh, why time? Baby, make speech, Star Wars fly, neighbors just shine it on. But if a night falls and a bomb falls, will anybody see the dawn? Times. Is it silly? No, when the rocket blows and everybody still wants to fly. Some say man ain't happy truly till man truly dies. Oh why sign of the times. Sign of the times mess with your mind. Hurry before it's too late. Let's fall in love or get married, have a baby. We'll call him Nate if it's a boy.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the Three Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It is, I'm getting flipped off in unison here. A couple of them, two-handed. I got a two-handed double-barreled flip-off. I don't like it. Folks, the Monday Night Teas is a killer show. It's unbelievable. People love it all over the universe, all over. That's right. I don't just restrict it to this planet. I go outside the boundaries, outside the realms of our oxygen-breathing brethren, and I say, you know what, up in space, where they actually breathe pure heroin, I say they love this show. They come down all the time. The room will be often filled with Marsians and Jupiterians and crabs from the nebula of Crabdom, Crab Nebula. Crabs actually live there. Did you know that? That's why they named it that. I apologize. That's a lie. Nebulas live there. That's why it's called the Crab Nebula. So, but who cares? It's a big show. The point is there's tickets being sold all over this universe. You need to get some, and you need to get to this goddamn show. And I am lucky enough to know the producer of said show. She's the head crab in that nebula.
I am.
She's the head Milky in that way. She is all of the rings of Saturn put into one. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the producer of said show and the producer of this show, my great friend, Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily. How are you?
I'm not doing well.
Your face hurts from what I hear.
Yes, it's bad right now.
I was sitting here, we were gabbing away, because obviously there's a break between the beginning part and the second part, and I had to get up and walk around because I'll tell you this, this is an old school show, let me tell you this, not one edit. That opening run was just from beginning to end. There was no stoppages. There was no, and that, I've been lucky to get away with like one or two a week because, that's less work for me, obviously, putting the show together. But that whole opening of the show, that was just beginning to end. That was nonstop. That was me just running downhill verbally and 2 hours of stuff getting vomited right into your ear. So go take a shower. What the fuck's wrong with you? So now here we are. Like I said, there was in between. I had to take a lap. I had to go sit on the couch because I'm sitting on this really awkward 8th grade art project chair that I have to sit at Lily's house. And she's like, hey, Mike, we should probably start recording because my face hurts. And I said, really? She goes, I'm trying to read and it's like making my sinuses want to explode. And I don't know, maybe you're just filling your face with too many words. Perhaps. Maybe as you read and then it goes into your face and then your cheeks are stored.
I've read too many books. That's why my eye doesn't work anymore.
That could be
it.
it.
All up.
Well, I don't understand it. So that's a message to you out there. Be careful. Close your eyes whenever you can. At a traffic light, do what I do. Close your eyes until it turns green and then you drive. You're saving your sight. There's only so much sight in you.
How do you know it turns green?
Because you can see the reflection. It's at night. In the daytime, I can keep my eyes open. I have to. Keep one eye open. But at night, I'll close my eyes because there's all the reflecting lights, and then it'll turn green, and I'm zoom, we go. Or I wait for a horn.
You can see.
Look, if I sit at a green light, someone's eventually going to tell me it turned green, and then we can go.
But what if you're all sitting there saving your eyesight, and the next thing you know, you all starve to death?
Then it's a nice... Oh, my God, the next thing you know. That would seem like it would take a while for us to starve to death, but I don't think it would be the next thing you know. I think perhaps there would
Do
be
you know
some...
what the next thing you know is?
I don't.
Old Jed's a millionaire.
Well, he should move away from there.
That was one of the dumbest jokes
That was
my
pretty
ex
bad.
used to tell.
No, really.
David used to tell that joke. Him and his friend Bob used to tell that joke all the time. They thought it was the funniest thing on earth.
Just, they'd say the next thing you know, old Judd's a millionaire.
They would just go, well, and then the next thing you know, and people would be like, and then they would just use that punchline.
Old
instead
Jed's
of
a
finishing
millionaire.
The story.
Mm.
Yeah, it was
I think I've done that in the moment, not in any sort of like, because your mind just leads you and certain phrases make you say something. I've done it to be silly, but I don't think I've used it over and over, certainly.
I will say that one of the funniest things that his friend Bob ever did was when we were out at dinner, and he said, "You've hardly touched your water." And I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Allow me," and he just plows his hand down into my glass of water, and I've never laughed. That was fucking hysterical to me.
That's funny,
I've
huh?
actually done it now because I think it's funny.
That's awful.
Oh,
That's just rudimentary bad.
That's just a house gag of just when a night is not going well and people are not. That's one of the things that you do to just. All right, I'm out of here now.
Yeah, that's a cinder block of non-funny. I'm going to be honest with you. That is just.
I think it's a cinder block of stupidity, and it makes me laugh.
No, that is absolutely that is a wombat in the punch bowl or a weasel in the punch bowl.
No, it's my hand in a punch bowl.
Well, all right.
You've hardly touched your punch. Allow me.
Slam. You've hardly punched your punch. All right, well, that's Lily, and she's telling us all about what's funny and what isn't, as you can tell. And in addition to that skill, she also produces a burlesque show that you guys should see that I've mentioned is loved into the far reaches of space. It's called The Monday Night Tease.
It is.
And Lily Von Stupp is the producer of said show, and it was last night was a big show. They wound up having a tribute to Schoolhouse Rock.
Yes, it was.
And there you were unpacking your adjectives.
We did.
There were, and get this, not only were there ands and ors, but there were plenty of buts on display. Those were available. Lucky Number 9, I believe, was there. All of them. So the
Naughty Number 9.
Naughty Number 9. Well,
Lucky
of course, it's
7.
the Monday Night. Oh yeah, Lucky Number 7. Yeah. That's the rabbit with it written on his foot. Got it. So there you go, folks. That was a big show right there. How did it go? Good?
It was a scary show. It was a hairy show.
Nice.
It was a sexy show. It was in Mexico. I don't know.
All right.
It was a good show. It was really fun. I walked around the room ahead of time going, just so you know, there's a theme tonight, da-da-da-da. And a couple people were like, what? And I was like, do you remember that from Saturday mornings? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, this is either going to be great or terrible for you. We don't know which. But by the end of the night, people were on board. They were like, I had no idea what to expect. This was ridiculous and stupid and funny and hilarious and sexy and amazing. And I was like, those were all very good adjectives.
Good. Yeah, they unpacked them very nice.
I mean, all night long, that was all of the jokes. That everything we did was, that was a math joke. That was that. That's all I did all
But
night
there's
long.
a real niche for that show. I mean, I've got to imagine that your new wave of anybody 28 and younger has no idea what the fuck Schoolhouse Rock is.
No, the audience did skew a little bit older for people who bought tickets specifically for the theme.
I see.
And those people lost their shit. They were just like, this is unbelievably hilarious.
Good. All right. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, because I'm finding like that, like you just said, your ex doing the Beverly Hillbillies thing. Do that in a room of 25-year-olds and have them stare at you and go, "What the fuck? I don't even know. What are you talking about?"
No, make a reference to Pretty Little Liars and they all lose their shit.
Which is because that's their deal.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got their own fucking references.
Everything's wrong with that.
No,
Just kidding.
no, not everyone can be the pop culture vacuum that you are or I
Well,
am.
it's no different than when somebody's like, hey, we want to do a theme for, and I just go, I'm out.
Yeah.
I love you dearly, but I don't need to strip to the Ghostbusters movie. I just
When I was a kid, there'd be cartoons, but then in the afternoon, the Jeffersons would be on in the afternoon. Not only the Brady Bunch, but the Jeffersons and Barney Miller. Like I grew up watching that shit. And now, those people watch maybe Saved by the Bell. At least in the 90s they did. And then there's stuff that reruns in the afternoon now.
They're
and
doing a Saved by the Bell strip show, and I just went, I know 4 references.
Yeah,
to that
and
show.
then 90210, and then what's another one the other day? And I was like, Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
is like a thing, and I'm like, I don't know a fucking thing about it. I think there was somebody named
Dawson.
perhaps there was a creek involved. And then someone was named like Punchy, like his girlfriend was named Punchy or something, or Maisie, or I don't know what the fuck.
Is that the show that Corky was on?
No, that's Life Goes On. That's another one that kids wouldn't get. That's for us, but kids wouldn't have any idea.
I don't remember that show. I remember Little House on the Prairie. I don't remember.
Well, I don't remember anything about Life Goes On except they had a fucking waterhead in the show. That's about it, literally.
That's not the reference. That is not the terminology.
I think it is. I think that's the medical term. Get a medical dictionary.
No.
Yeah. Well, all right, the kid who couldn't pronounce his R's. They got him on the goddamn show. The kid who literally walks like he's got 1 foot nailed to the floor.
Just stop, okay?
The kid who thinks spinning is fun. That guy.
Well, you think spinning is fun. I've watched you spin in a chair.
Well, spinning in a chair, but this kid's standing up. He's like walking around in circles. That's how he gets high. He just like spins and spins, then he blacks out and sits down.
So anyway, the show was really fun.
Wakes up in a puddle of drool.
Next week we have the strippers of a certain age.
Strippers of a certain age?
Yeah, we're all 45 and older.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
That was funny.
Nice. And that's next week's at the Monday Night Tees. Tickets are available at brownpapertickets.com, folks. Go ahead and buy those for your. And I'm talking to you, fetish people, because that sounds like it's a show right up your alley for next week.
It's not, because most of the women you wouldn't even realize they were 45. It's kind of like it's a theme under the show that really doesn't make any difference.
I'm going to say this right now. If you don't strip to climaxes, the men all pause when I walk into the room. I would be very disappointed.
Yeah, like I got time for that.
The men all pause.
Nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Somebody knows.
And she's
That and the rent is too damn high.
that dude. Well, but see, that shouldn't even count. That was like a thing for like 9 seconds. The rent is too damn high was a thing for 9 seconds. Well, no, because the one chick became a meme. The fucking ain't nobody got time for that. She's still a meme. I see her occasionally.
Everybody's a meme.
She's not like rich though, right? Didn't she become rich?
I have no clue.
Well,
everyone keeps telling me that's what I should do. Is I should just become a fucking YouTube personality.
Well,
I
heard.
Yeah, I'll just make that happen overnight.
You know what's really hard? Doing YouTube content. Like I thought I could just sit and babble into a thing, and I'm like, by the time I get to 45 seconds, I'm like, I can't do 5 minutes of this. This is fucking nightmarish. But then I do it on here for fucking 2 hours, and it seems to make sense. But doing it where you have to see your own face, if I had to watch myself do this fucking show, I think this show would be 9 seconds long. I get no fucking interest. Nobody wants to watch me talk like a fucking psychopath for that long. Don't film me.
I'm not going to film you.
All right. But I mean, if you had to watch yourself do this shit, that's what I mean on YouTube. This is YouTube. People are in their rooms just making a podcast with video content. That doesn't make any sense. All right. Oh, so now you're going to hold that up to me?
I'm just going to hold it up to you so you can watch yourself.
Well, but that's the thing is I don't want to watch myself. God, and I got to lose this fucking beard, man. I just look wizened. I just look like a guy selling cough drops to orcs. I mean, I just look like all the fucking bad combinations of ridiculous beard nonsense that I have to do. But yet, I'm waiting because I want to wait until my hair grows out because I don't want to make it match, and who the fuck cares? Nobody gives a shit about my head. At least that's what I've been told. So I'm not going to look. No, you can hold the phone up all the fucking time. I'm not going to stare at myself because it's ridiculous. So I'm going to do it because I do the show to you. Why would I do the show to me? But, so yeah, dude, film this for YouTube and we'll put it up on YouTube. Maybe because I thought that. I'm like, maybe it'd be like a behind the scenes Patreon thing where they could see me actually do the show and fucking talk. And I'm like, well, maybe that people would be interested in that. But nobody wants to see behind the scenes of me because there are podcasts who film like when I did Never Not Funny. They filmed themselves. You know what I mean? There's like a live stream and then a live audio thing, and that's what happens. So they go ahead and check out the show while they're talking and while they're doing stuff, and then they're watching it as well as listening, and to them, I guess it works. But for me, just talking and fucking sitting at a table and just yammering into the fucking space, that doesn't seem like it would be anything. And now I find myself talking faster to try to fill time because nobody wants to see me pause. Even worse than watching me talk would be watching me pause. If you had to watch a video and you're just like, well, I tuned in, and then he paused, and I was like, oh my God, I got to go ahead and turn this off. But see, now I'm trying to fill up all the goddamn space, and nobody goes ahead and turns it off because there's no fucking space, so they can go ahead and turn it off.
Filmed, don't you?
Well, I do.
You and it's freaking you out.
Well, I don't like it because I'm trying to fill the air because I don't want people to go, oh man, fuck, he paused. Like if I Gore Vidal the shit out of this, I was just like, well, here's another thing. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to fucking watch that. Nobody wants to watch any of this bullshit. Oh, good, you're going to zoom in on me? That's a fantastic plan. I should look at the lens. All right. And this is not fair to the people who are only audio people because they don't realize what the fuck I'm doing. And now I'm cheating them out of this last fucking 5 minutes of me yammering because you're fucking filming me.
I'm putting it on Facebook.
Don't do that shit. Nobody fucking wants to see this. So, all right. So buy tickets to the Monday Night Tees. Next week, it's a bunch of old ladies hopping around and showing you their vaginas. All right. So that'll be fantastic.
That's not what it is.
That's what I heard. That was what I heard. You told me. You said there was a theme to it. And it was about a bunch of walkers. A bunch of people with walkers who are out next week and they're going to be dancing around. And the men all pause when my walker's in the room. All right, so buy tickets. Go to brownpapertickets.com. Look up Monday Night Tees. Look up Lily Von Stupp. Buy those tickets. They're available now. Go to facebook.com/Monday Night Tees and you'll learn about all the shows that are coming to town and when they're going to be there and what they're going to be doing. And you can see all and find out when it's old ladies again. Maybe you like that sort of thing. Strippers of a certain age.
Not old ladies.
I'm having fun. We're all having fun.
I don't know that we are. I just posted that video, by the way.
That's unfortunate for all involved. No one knows why you would do that. So
It's Tuesdays with Mikey, that's why.
yeah, grim. All right, so go buy the tickets for that. Also, 2020 tickets are on sale, right? For the next one, May 15th. I don't have
Sale
an.
for May and June.
All right, we got no comics for May yet. I've got one comic for the first show in June. Are we doing 2 in June for real? God damn it.
You have no comics for May yet? I thought we had May booked.
No, I got one for the beginning of June.
Okay.
I had again. I could have booked this comedian in May, but I said, look, I've got like 4 emails out, and I expected to hear back from people already confirming.
Then just write him and say, never mind.
But this woman, whatever, who cares? She's doing June, so that's fine. I've got to that's the thing. I've got to now follow up with people and see if they want to do May, and then follow up again, and
Why
then.
don't you instead go, I'm so excited that I get to bring people in to do comedy at this amazing show that I produce.
Hashtag martinis.
Oh
so
my God.
I've got to go ahead and
Name
write
of the
that to
show,
people.
Hashtag martinis.
Today's show?
Hashtag martinis.
Let's put that on too. Film me saying that. Duh.
Okay, hold
all right.
on.
Don't you dare. I will fucking clothesline you. All right. So there you go. 2020. Your face hurts. You know what? What if I clotheslined you and all the words fell out of your face that have swollen up?
Out of my head, unfortunately.
Well, you just filmed words falling out of my mouth. So 2020 tickets on sale now at Brown Paper Tickets. It's bpt.me. No, 2020.bpt.me. Right? So go there and get tickets. And then, of course, Brown Paper Tickets has Monday Night Tees tickets. Please remember our YouTube channel exists. YouTube is out there. We want you to subscribe. There's, you can listen to old shows. You can look at other videos of me doing stand-up from a million years ago. You can look at me being chased by a bug. You can look at some iMovies done by Dave. We're hoping to bring as much more new content as we possibly can. So please check out our YouTube page. Right now, Gio, like I said, he's in the middle of a move. I think he's stuck in the middle of year 5. And he has been for like a month because he's got a very complicated life. But hopefully,
Well, if anyone has caught up to the first 4 years in a month and are waiting on him, Jesus Christ!
you've just described Nick James. So
Who is that?
Nick would buy a box set, and then he would write me 3 days later and go, "Oh man, when you talked in episode 50," and then he'd buy the next box set. Like he literally crammed the show into his ears over a series of days.
What does he do?
I'm
Drugs and Red Bull?
I don't know. He may paint with his left foot. I have no idea what he does.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
But he's-
very specific skill.
But he needs me on board to go ahead and fuel him to do such a thing. So it was good of him to do. And believe me, I was happy to do it. Fine, fuck yeah, jump in, binge me. That's fine. Swallow me whole. I'm all for it.
Binge me.
Was that the tune of Rape Me?
Binge me.
Nice.
my friend.
So we have YouTube. So go subscribe because that lets YouTube know that people are caring. And if you want to listen, that's great too. But important stuff is subscribing and also playing it when you're not at home, playing it on a loop so your dog hears me. Dogs love me. So why not do that? Because we get paid for every time you listen or whatever the fuck, and there's commercials. Who cares?
And is it making money finally? Or are you starting to see revenue?
Well, that's another thing. I've not seen one dime from it. I know there was like some arbitrary amount that I had made up to a certain point, and then I went and checked it the other day, and it's lower. And I don't know if it starts over every month.
Have you requested a payout yet?
No, I've never. I don't know if Gio got the money. I mean, I don't know where it is. I'm being honest with you. Gio set the whole thing up. So I don't know if Gio got the cash or if it's lying in an account somewhere. Or
Have you
I'm
checked your PayPal? Maybe
I'm
you can-
woefully inadequate at these sorts of things. No,
Obviously.
they don't PayPal me because PayPal would tell me you have money from this person or this source. So I guess I'll have to check because I never set up YouTube with my banking information. I never set up any information with
Wonder
them.
you haven't heard from him. He took all that fresh out of the box.
Oh,
money
sure he
and
did.
gone.
He ran off to Idaho to go join a fucking supremacist group. So whatever. Go to YouTube and make Geo some money.
Supremacist group?
Yeah, they got those there. Of course, they got plenty of them. That's where they go. All the survivalists and those
He went
idiots.
there to get 3 or 4 wives.
That might be what he's doing, but other people are there to go ahead and hoard canned goods and hide from the coming turmoil. So please go ahead and subscribe at YouTube and watch the videos so Gio can steal more money from me. All right. Please remember we have a...
You're going to get a text from Gio when this show goes out. Go, Mike, I did not steal the money from you.
You know, the funniest thing you've ever said in your life is that I'm going to get a text from Gio.
Wow.
Because that is a dude who writes about 12 texts at once. They just come vomiting into my phone. Our great friend, Jerome is a sponsor of this show. We have a sponsor, GetTheButters.com, ladies and gentlemen. Go to GetTheButters.com and buy sea salt masks for your balls and buy some sea salt scrubs that you can go ahead and use to jerk off with. And then that kind of leaves you a little sensitive down there. And then you can apply a cooling mask to your penis. This is fucking perfect. Why wouldn't you want a cooling cock mask? You should go ahead and apply a cooling cock mask to yourself after you jerk off with a sea salt scrub. Jerk off with a sea salt scrub and apply a cooling cock mask. This is what they have at GetTheButters.com. They've got bombs and butters and balms and lubes and balms and butters and bombs. They've got all of these things, and every single one of them you can put in your ass, as I've mentioned previously, every single week. Now, there's a guy, by the way, who sends us our payment. Because, if you use the code 40YOB, you get stuff. And Jerome gets money and we get money. He gets money, we get money, you get stuff. And it works out perfect. And Jerome, of course, he sent me our first installment. And let me tell you, I almost ran away to the Himalayas with that money because I had so much cash. Did you make a loop of me?
I did a boomerang.
All right, a boomerang's fine.
Learned
Because of our friend Nicole, yes.
So he sent you your money?
He did, which was very nice of him.
Awesome.
And then he's like, I'm going to send you some beard oil too. And I'm like, that's fine if you want to. I don't know how much longer this thing's going to stay on my face, but good for you.
You better send it soon.
Yeah, because who
you
knows?
don't want to just be oiling the floor where all the hair is.
Well, if he sends me a really cool beard oil, perhaps it'll be the thing that keeps me in beard. Perhaps I will say, hey, this beard stays because I have a cool-ass beard oil to use now. Because we talked about it a few weeks ago, and a friend I went to high school with, she chimed up, and she's like, hey, you should use this cool one. And then I almost bought it. Like, I looked it up, and I was like, maybe I'll buy that. But I think hers was like almondy. It smelled like almonds or whatever, and I'm just like, I like minty feel, but fruity smell. I want, and this is a fruity-ass conversation, I'm not going to lie to you. Fruity, get the car. It's fucking Charlie Murphy. I'll talk about that on the way out. God damn it. All right, so fuck. Anyway, so Jerome has GetTheButters.com. Go to GetTheButters.com. Buy a balm, buy a bomb, buy a lube, buy a butter. Do all those things, and then have a big-ass party and send me photos. Snapchat me. Snapchat me you using the balms, the butters, and the balms. Save those lube Snapchats. Not quite as interested in those, I'll be honest, unless you're a lady luber, in which case feel free to go ahead and send me a photo. That's never going to happen, and that's fine. But I feel confident casting a wide net for lady lubers. I'm happy to do that. All right, so send, that's fine. Use the bombs, use the butters, use the balms, butters, and lubes. At GetTheButters.com, use 40YOB as your code to save money and get stuff. And again, like I said, jerk off with a sea salt scrub and use a cooling cock mask after. It's soothing. Please go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. We've still got stuff for sale there if Nick James hasn't purchased all of it so far. But it's available. We've still got download sets if you want them, even though they're available on YouTube up to year 5 right now. Hey, Gio, what are you doing? Get busy. I'm teasing. Haha, we're having fun. But really, seriously, put stuff up. This is why he's not a super fan of me, by the way, because I say shit like that. Yeah. But we've got, of course, we've got tweakedaudio.com/40YOB. You can go ahead and get their stuff. We've got your Dirt shirts still available. We've got download sets. We've got Word Pimp Schmitty and the Misanthropic Gangster. We've got Mex's Heroes album. We've got, the download sets, the live stuff. All that stuff's still available right now until we renovate the page when it'll all disappear. But up until now, you can go ahead and purchase stuff and get it for you. So you can jam this stuff directly into your ears. Why wouldn't you, huh? Right? So that stuff's all available. Go ahead and pick it up now. And more importantly, at the Joe Business page on MikeSchmidtComedy.com, please use the Amazon link. You're already going to Amazon and buying cool stuff for yourself. Why not use the link? It doesn't cost you nothing. And they get money, we get money, and you get stuff. It works out perfectly. You're getting stuff anyway, so give me a taste of it on the back end. And that doesn't mean I want to taste your back end. It means I want to go ahead and get as much money as I possibly can. That sounded weird, right? I don't know about all that. Well, it depends. If you buy the correct balm, lube, or butter, perhaps I will get a taste of your back end. Oh my God. So please, go ahead and use the Amazon link. Buy stuff. It's cool. It helps us. We get money, they get money, you get stuff. It works out perfect. It costs you nothing. It helps the show, and we do appreciate it very much because there are people who use it all the time, and that's nice. I see it reflected in the pie chart and graphs that Amazon sends me that I try to interpret with my gypsy and wizard that I have on call. But it always turns out well, and there always turns out to be a nice whatever the fuck. Use it. Go there and use that and be happy and go forth and multiply and prosper, unless. Well, if you're using the lube, I guess you wouldn't really multiply. Well, it depends. Maybe you got to use the lube in the front. Maybe you go front lube. I don't know. Fuck. Who cares? I don't want to speculate about you and your lube usage.
My God, how do you not go out on front lube?
Should have, huh? Right? Front loop should have been the end. I'll plug you to front loop. I'll get to I'll tell you, you want to hook people in, get them halfway through a recipe and cut your fucking show in half. That's it. Do an hour about stew and then bail. Get on a plane. And then come back and revisit it 2 days later, because that's the most important stew in the universe. Was there noodles or rice involved? Stay tuned!
We here, we are playing on a level that most will never see.